We are back in with Shadows of the Last War, episode 10. Yeah, episode 10. That feels kind of good. We haven't had an opportunity to do this just yet. Thanks so much, Cobalt, for that. That's
I'm number one.
We are three. We are 3 in to our first luck reroll. So 7 more will get us our first luck reroll. So let's talk, if we can, about what happened last time. If you guys can remember, it's been 2 weeks, but let's do it.
We had a ship battle.
There was.
And the front of the ship exploded.
That's true. That's completely true.
And Scout tried to claw shoe the elf assassin so Sera could find it, but it was not helpful.
Wasn't immediately helpful. Okay, so let's just take a roundabout here and talk about what everybody's situation is currently. I'd really like to know.
Currently.
Let's start here. Oh, thanks so much, Jen Human, with that first luck reroll. What is Anju's situation right now? What's he looking like?
Anju's microphone is muted because he's still tweeting. But Anju is healthy. Like, he's not really that injured or anything, but he is huddled up inside of a downed airship with Sera, who is, let's say, repentant currently.
Yeah.
Not feeling too great.
Sure.
That was a very specific choice of words. But he's, what? Earlier, yeah. Oh, it's ready. I don't know. No, that's not me. What? I don't know. It was just like no, sorry. So we are huddled up inside of a downed ship.
Yes.
And yeah, Sarah's missing her armor. We had to cut it off, and her sword.
It's missing.
I gave her a
And
dagger.
her shield.
And
Her shield is
and her
also
shield.
gone. It's true.
And she's pretty wounded. So
Pretty wounded, yeah.
Anju was able to conjure forgiveness pretty quickly, but he's still a little annoyed, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes sense.
But we're lucky to not be dead.
All right. Well, let's pony this over to Sera. How is Sera looking right now?
Yeah, I think Ben described it pretty well of how Sera is. Feeling pretty repentant, yes. Feeling pretty upset with her actions, and has nothing on her right now. Is still determined to do what she can to make up for it. So we'll see if she can. I mean, Anju and cracked a few jokes at least, but
Yeah.
it's still feeling bad. And we're stuck, and we heard that there's an owl bear nearby, which is also concerning as I have no weapons.
Yeah.
In case it gets aggressive. So we'll see how it goes.
What a unique set of allies to be stuck together in this situation. We have the rogue, who's a master fencer and thief, along with holy judicator of the law and an oathkeeper of love, the paladin Sera, and they're here stuck. They're stuck. It's really, really interesting. I like the parallels. It's gonna make for a good story, I think. Let's talk about Ivan for a second. Ivan, oh man, the last 2 sessions you've been through some shit.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I'm currently a monkey.
A howler monkey. It's the first time we've seen this form.
Yeah, very loud one. Cobalt can read my thoughts, but it's all yelling.
Sucks.
I have loud thoughts.
I empathize as someone with also loud thoughts.
Yeah.
You were also your frog briefly in the war toad form, and I gotta say you were dealing out some serious damage to the wyvern, to the dragonkin. Was not enjoying your presence. Your situation took a turn for disaster when you were tasked with boarding the captain's ship and you wanted to try to bind the 2 vessels together, keep them as together as you possibly could, when you discovered that there was some sort of munitions payload.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of took the brunt of that.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah. So I almost died. Almost killed a wyvern. Didn't die to the wyvern. Almost died to a ship exploding. It's kind of weird.
Oh, man.
Beat a dragon, die to an inanimate object.
Don't you hate that? it's nobody's favorite, but yeah, I mean, Ivan is. I would hazard to say Ivan is extremely out of his element right now. But as far as his capabilities go, you're certainly making the most of the situation and not kind of falling to the wayside. I think if anything, you're really mustering and showing what you're capable of, which is fantastic. I've got to, kudos where kudos is due. You're really thriving in the situation, even if it feels bad. You're making the most of it, so that's huge. So kudos on that.
Thanks.
Let's toss it to Cain. Believes himself to be immediately omniscient.
No, he's having thoughts,
Delusions of grandeur.
crazy thoughts. Yeah. So yeah, we tried to hold the boat together with rope.
Yes.
And Cain decided to make himself useful and jump down and help Ivan, who probably couldn't even tell if he was actually helping, even though it was a good strength check. So we did what we could there. Then we got exploded on. I also got high by going down the hole that Ivan slipped through because his mucus lined the rim, and I slipped through it. And
yeah,
it's my
It's
wisdom
the old
is
age-old
taking
tale
hits.
of if there's cum on the toilet seat, can I get pregnant? Turns out Cobalt can.
I'm slime pregnant apparently. So, and then some wild magic happened after the crash. Well, we got exploded on, and that really hurt. Actually, I got tossed into the back of the rubble, the back of the ship. Statistically, I'm at 6 out of 19 health, so not too great.
Sure.
1/3 of my normal health.
Yeah.
So pretty battered, but we were trying to figure out a way to get off of our ship, which was floating, kind of dangling, to get down to our other companions to try to help, because Sera was shouting out there were owlbears. And on the way down, I started trying to cast Featherfall on myself, and in the process, 2 wild magics went off. Well, one was Drench, I think, actually. Then one was Featherfall, but I got the ability to read minds for
24 hours.
24 hours. Holy
24
shit.
hours.
It's so OP, dude.
I thought it was 30 minutes. Yeah, so I got that. And then which I asked Bubs, I was like, so can I see the pictures in their mind's eye, or do I just hear their inner dialogue?
You're hearing inner monologue.
Inner dialogue, basically. So I can't I don't get visual images, but I can hear inner dialogue. And then I the second wild magic gave me a fairy fire effect, where it's basically heat vision for everything in a certain radius around me that I think was pretty big.
300 feet.
So yeah, that's massive.
It illuminates everything in a spectrum of fairy fire that only you can see. You have no idea for how long, but it's up to a range of 300 feet.
So pretty much omniscient. I know all and see all at the moment, and to a certain extent. And then I Mary Poppins my way off the ship with Featherfall.
You did.
And
Correct.
on the way down, I saw this owlbear in the distance with its cub in the trees, bending whole trees with its arms and making a ruckus, basically. And it was the size of a bus, is basically what Bub said. So now I have to get down here and tell everybody we're about to die again, I guess. So it's going to be great.
That left us
that's where I'm at.
with Scout. What is your situation like right now, Scout?
Well, Scout, originally when we saw that the ship was crashing down, went down and scouted and found Anju and Sera. Anju took Sera's armor off, and Scout tried to heal her up a little bit, so I think she's a little healed. And then
never. Sorry.
Scout was checking out the area and found out that there was an owlbear cub.
Yes.
And they kind of got them to go away with some food, but there was obviously something else out there. Scout assumes it is a mother owlbear or something of the sort, or maybe more baby owlbears, who knows? But went up to let the others know what they had found out. And in that, I've been turned into a howler monkey, and Scout, I think I flew you down,
yes,
somehow carried you down.
Yeah. Kind of. We
and then
just kind of
Cain
fell.
featherfalled along with us, and that's kind of where we ended up.
Yeah.
And I think, Ivan, are you going to distract them
I think
while I
we
try to
are.
help them get up, or are we both?
We're both distracted because the original plan was not for me to be a monkey, but it's just kind of helpful. But yeah, your plan was to be your fastest form and to run.
Yeah, but we do need to get Ivan, or we do need to get Sera and Anju back onto the other ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah. We'll be fine.
So
And
following
maybe get the elementalist who is like carving themselves into the ground right now.
The ship's going down.
The session had ended with everything that you guys had said. The LAS airship, the Horizon Treader, was blown apart, basically in half. And what implements didn't just free float away, the rear half of the ship actually fell, and the elemental had activated upon the explosion, and it pushed its nose into the earth. Now, you had spoke with the captain, Captain Strickland. You gave him the situation rep, the sit rep, and he expressed that sounds dangerous. That doesn't sound good at all. But that they're owlbears. And those are valuable. They're great. Great for a lot of reasons. Could fetch you quite a bit of money, if you so desire.
Yeah, they want us to capture the owlbears.
That being said, he expressed that he still wants the elemental. The problem is, the only person that can command the elemental is the captain. He has a dragon mark, the House of Storms. Therefore, he can command an elemental. But you still have to free it. The problem isn't that you can't get to it. It's that it's currently on, it's active, and it's driving the nose into the earth. So the session ended with everyone starting to free float down how you had. Cain featherfell. But it ended with Cain seeing the fire from the elemental starting to catch some of the surrounding shrubbery and low-lying trees on fire. Additionally, while he saw the owlbear, he knows that the owlbear saw him. So let's pick up right there. As it stands, we have one luck reroll, courtesy of Jen Human. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate that. And everyone else,
And one screaming monkey.
you guys know exactly how to make that happen, if you so wish. It ended specifically with Cain. Your sight caught the direction, the illuminated, enormous creature that is an owlbear. Now, you remember reading about owlbears. Maybe you've seen one previously. Maybe you saw a young one, but it was never this size. This is very, very different. This creature it's enormous. It is so large. Your best guess, standing on its end, this creature is probably every bit 20 to 25 feet tall. And just by your basis of glances, it's a few thousand pounds, probably just shy of 10,000 pounds. It's easily bending some of the oldest trees in the forest. This is where we start tonight. Cain, what do you do?
When I get to the ground, can I see Anju and Sera?
You cannot. You cannot see them because they are stuck inside. Where the rear half of the ship had been forced into the earth, it snapped a tree in half, and the tree itself has shoved up through what remains of that portion of the door that they had found their way in through.
Okay. I'm gonna hobble over to Ivan and scout them, since I jumped down behind them, and gonna lean in, pupils dilated and eyes wide, and I'm gonna say, "The owlbears are watching us."
That's really scary!
There's a big one out there, the size of a house, almost a small house.
They're not
You
usually
need to be
that
careful.
big!
They're not.
This is telepathic yelling, right?
Yeah,
Scout,
this is
What you
They're my
witness
thoughts.
is
It's like-
Cain talking to Ivan, and Ivan just howling at him, and he's responding in kind back and forth.
Real C3 appeal.
I don't know what happened, but I can see them. You need to find Sera and Anju quickly, and I'll do what I can to keep them back.
I thought we were distracting them.
I think can't find it. You said that some of the forest was being caught on fire?
Yeah, when the three of you look up, you can see that the flames, while they're driving downward, they're pushing the vessel down. The flames are starting to rise, and it's scorching several of the trees in the area. And while the trees were alive, they can still burn, especially under consistent duress of flame. The three of you realize that it's only a matter of time before this forest becomes a forest fire.
I want to.
I thought we were distracting them, and you were going to find Sera and Anju. They're down there. Scott will point in the direction that they are on the ship.
I think I'm needed elsewhere right now. And he'll walk away from them. And he'll just, I want to start casting Drench on the trees that are... I don't want to burn this owlbear's forest off and piss off Mother Nature.
Sure.
I think our plan has to change, Ivan.
Cast show me Drench. Cast the spell here. So it says a sudden downpour soaks the target creature or object. The rain follows the subject up to the range of the spell, soaking the target with water. If the target is on fire, the flames are automatically extinguished. Fires smaller than campfires, such as lanterns and torches, are automatically extinguished by the spell. It's 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels, so you can move it up to 30 feet. The duration is a single round. This is... what level spell is this?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Amazing.
Yep. I got it to shower with.
Perfect. So your situation sort of looks like this. As he is moving over, he's casting these spells, and it is drenching the subject. And the flames are dampening, if not only briefly, but where it's soaked the target, the tree, or whatever he's guiding this at. The fire, while it doesn't erupt back up, it starts to dry the bark back out. It's starting to emit a heavy white smoke from burning the damp foliage, the damp trees themselves. The fire never actually goes out because you're trying to extinguish a fire elemental, and you can't.
I'm just trying to slow it down, really.
You're succeeding in just that. Do you continue moving tree to tree to kind of like to stagger this?
That's all I'm doing, and I'm glancing at the owlbear that I can see super far away through the trees as I'm doing it to make sure it's not like charging us. And if it does, I'm gonna yell out everybody to incoming. So.
Anju and Sera, please perceptions.
Okay. First roll of the night. Not too bad.
Not bad. Both you can hear there is some creature of a nature that you don't understand. To those that are watching, the sounds of a howler monkey just breaks the night silence, but inside of this, you have no idea what it is. It's horrifying. Something is screaming outside of the ship.
The hell is that?
That doesn't sound natural.
No.
Do we? I mean, would we know? I feel like would we know that he has this form?
This is the first time he's ever used this form.
I don't think we do.
Use is a strong word. It's not.
It's not super
True.
useful.
Hey, we have done it where we purposely made you something.
That's
so.
what I'm saying. We've had
yes,
situations where we would roll, so in theory
Yeah.
we would have seen it, but
I mean, you might have seen it. Maybe it wasn't long enough for me to howl.
Can I do like a knowledge nature to like to try to identify what it is?
Sure, I'll set this as somewhat difficult, but yeah, go ahead. You can try.
Yeah, no, it's actually a pretty high roll for me.
That's pretty high. It could be a bird. It could be
It could be a plane.
the monkey form. You aren't certain. He's never been in his howler monkey form long enough to really like mutter out full sentences. It's always just been a quick shift between an array of animals before he settles on a form.
You guys saw me getting small, and then you were like, that's not the toad. Send him back,
Yeah. Do we hear it coming closer to us?
It's just outside of the ship.
Oh, okay. Is there a way to just like look
All
at
right. I have Anju's dagger.
Yeah.
So I get it ready and I say, if it gets closer, let's see if we can get the advantage on it.
Yeah, whatever it is, there's a 100% chance that we should kill it. I think we can agree on that.
It sounds horrifyingly dangerous. So yes.
Do we want to go out and do I guess I technically have more armor than you now. I should probably can I peek? How close are these owlbears?
You can't immediately see because the doorway that you had stepped through previously to get to this point has some extremely mottled and destructed tree that has been shoved up through this. If you had been standing there, it probably would have ran you through, but 3 feet to the right, and you're safe, right where you currently sit or stand.
So there's not like a doorway or anything that's convenient for me to just kind of
No.
prairie dog over. Do we just hide? Do we just wait? This is. I mean, have we even heard the owlbears? I don't even.
I say we find advantage points and keep ourselves undetected from this foul creature.
I mean, you can stealth now. For once.
I can. You're right. I do not have the clangy armor on me anymore. So
the burden
yes.
of the only thing that was protecting you.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of movement options do we have to kind of get out of here? Am I gonna have to climb? I'm trying to visualize how can we get out to the deck of the ship at all?
You'd have to find another way out, right? So in order for you to do that, you're gonna have to go to either floor 2 or floor 3 and seemingly try to find a way out through those locations, or you could try to wait to see if any of them attempt to rescue you.
Well, we don't know that.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, you do know Scout said they're coming back.
Scout went out. So I would my thought is we just try to find a place to kind of hide, and if something makes its way through, then we jump it.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever's making that sound, we definitely attack it immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in your current state, I don't think that it's wise for us to.
I agree. I am not in a state, mentally or physically, to fight.
We're all feeling a little vulnerable right now, and maybe we should just huddle up.
In many ways.
Yeah, honestly, we'll just stay put, I think, and maybe try to get closer to. Can I maybe escape artist to try to see a quicker route, so when it comes time to get out, we can. I don't know. I don't feel like there's much for us to do here right now.
Unfortunately, in this, escape artist won't help you. You're not bound, right? You can move. If you wanted to try to move to the second floor, you can, but it's going to require some checks. If you would like to, you can get to the second floor. A strength check to carry yourself up by the banister, or an acrobatics to try to leap up and grab onto the lip, pull yourself up.
Yeah, how about that? I'll try to make it to the second floor and be the first line of defense. You stay down here because you're squishy currently. And yeah, I'll do an acrobatics to try to jump up there. So at least at least I have a better vantage point if something happens.
Give me an acrobatics. That's pretty good,
17.
Anju. You kind of you back up and you take that high step jump before you kind of push off the wall and grab onto this lip. It's about 8 or 9 feet up, so it's not super far. You're able to get an elbow over it. You're basically there. I'm not going to make you make a strength check. You just kind of hoist your body up. You're not a very heavy guy. And you're sort of used to this. Acrobatics is very second nature to you, not even as a cat, but in your line of work. So you're able to hoist yourself up, and you've made it to the second floor. But from where you stand, it's just what looks to be an arch where there was a door that led into a second set of steps that carries you into the prisoner cell area.
Okay. That is a good question. Is this a situation where we could try to short rest, or is everything happening?
This is pretty much all happening like by the minute. Short rest is you could try, but short rests are still pretty long, like hour.
Yeah. Probably not. Okay, I'm imagining I'm like we're kind of sideways, so I'm like sitting on a wall, sort of.
Yeah.
So I'll just like kind of casually dangle my feet and just sit there and kind of nervously wait for whatever terrifying creature is.
Do you have like a weapon handy or?
Yeah, like I've got my other. I think I have 2 total daggers. I might have more.
It makes sense.
I think I've got.
As long as you're armed,
daggers,
that's all that I'm just curious to see.
Yeah,
if you're armed.
I've got my short bow and my dagger.
Got it. Scout
Ready.
and Ivan, what are the two of you doing here?
Scout just said something to Ivan.
Yeah.
As Cain walked away because Cain is
said, we need to think
diverting
of a
from the
new
plan.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
New. So I'll just
Would
kind of
you
sit
like
there
to
and
find
like
Sera, or should I?
I'm like thinking while howling, I guess. Like, you know, I'm just trying to think it. I'll probably think that it's smarter for you to do it because I'm I'm a mandatory distraction. Both of us are probably very good
If you would
distractions.
like to distract them, you can head into the trees towards them. If not, I will.
Do not anger the owlbears.
And I'll start making my way away from you towards the
The
trees.
decision has been made. I will see you on the ship.
And Scout will just turn and move towards where they know that Sera and Anju are. Well, where they were. Clearly, they're not there anymore. So
Okay.
I don't know if I will find them along the way or what.
Got it. Okay. That's perfectly fine. I want to start here first with Ivan. Ivan, how would you like to go about this? How do you want to do this?
So the monkey has low light vision, right? And I assume with the flames that's probably pretty accurate to what is going on, right?
Yes.
So I'd like to get some sort of a vantage point where I can see if the owlbear is coming, because I'm not going to immediately try to get its attention, because I don't know what it's doing. I don't know where it is. I just know it's in a general direction that has been pointed.
Got it. No, I understand. That makes sense.
So I'm gonna wait for it to make its first move, because I don't assume that it will be. If it's some sort of a protective move, I don't think it'll be just like utter destruction immediately.
I gotcha. Okay. Then give me a climb.
Sure.
Tyrannosaurus, thank you so much, guys. We are 2
It is
gifted subs away from second luck reroll.
+10 to whatever I roll.
Yes. Huge. Ivan, you make light work of this. You scale up a tree, and you're sort of like using the pads of your lower feet to kind of push off, and your front hands to kind of provide yourself the climbing dexterity to nimbly move up this tree. You make light work of it. As you arrive near the top, you can see that this tree is sort of pushed just to the side of where the vessel actually is, the LAS Horizon Treader. The bark is still wet. The fire burns near you, but you're provided a point to kind of peer out to see what the situation actually looks like. Give me a perception, please. Huge. Nice. Under normal circumstances, given your own eyes and given the height, you wouldn't be able to see this, but because you are so high up, you can see this. And this isn't at all anything like any owlbear you've ever seen. This is enormous. Owlbears are generally, between 5 and 10 feet. This is 20, 24 feet tall.
Would I know the term dire?
Yeah, it's not uncommon. Dire creatures are not immediately uncommon, but dire creatures have a very certain aesthetic about them.
Yeah.
From where you stand, you don't see any of the common look of a dire creature. Dire creatures have bony plates that jut from their back. They seem to have these brilliant, like, red eyes. They look like horrific feral creatures.
Right.
This is still a creature of nature, but it's not dire.
So maybe Cain rolled through here a couple years ago and accidentally wild magic did.
I mean, it could be the case.
Never know.
Yeah, like what made it big? I don't like it.
So what do you do with this knowledge?
Is it actively I can see it. What is it doing?
It's it's pushing a tree back and forth. It's like it's almost like a child trying to like shake a like a lower branch, but this thing is actually a full-grown tree. It's shoving to sort of shake, and you can see some things dropping from it. You witness a few like lowland squirrels that fall from it as the small cub, interesting word, as this
That's
like
a normal one.
7 to 8 foot cub try to chase them down. It doesn't even know how to quite hunt, as it seems to catch one and bats it around, much like that of a cat.
Okay, so they're doing owlbear things. They're not doing kill us things.
No, but
Yeah, that's fine.
you can see that the adult, the matron, if you will, is watching this area intently.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're minding their own business, not minding my own business.
You can see from where you're at that despite his best efforts, Cain is not going to be able to stay on top of diminishing these flames. He'll get one area, but then the other area rapidly dries out, and it's emitting this very thick white smoke. Cain, you're doing everything in your power to stay in front of this. But it's not nearly enough. It is a cantrip, and you can do this all night long. Before you feel the threat of wild magic, every time you cast the spell, you realize that you inch closer and closer to something just that happening, wild.
Okay, I'm gonna try to yell up to the captain and say, "You've got to pull this thing up, or you're going to burn the entire forest down."
That's what you yell up to him?
Yep.
I don't like it when he asks again. I'm like,
And,
"Alright, if that's what you want to say."
How do you presume I go about that?
I don't know. Talk to your elemental. Put it in reverse.
Oh, we're in such conversation. It's a happy lot, he. I don't think it's gonna work, Cain. Just keep trying.
He disappears from the rim of the ship.
Fuck, man.
NPC sucks.
It's going to burn the whole forest down with us in it. I mean, I'm just... I can only keep this up for so long. Sera, Anju, where are you? Calls out as loud as his old lungs can belt out. And he's just drenching. I'm going to keep it drenching until I feel like I'm on the cusp.
I got cat ears.
Ivan,
I'm up a level.
Scout.
I just, I like keeping nature balanced,
Scout, as you're preparing to fly into the vessel, you hear Cain call out for Sera and Anju. Ivan, you hear the same thing. Scout, your body is preparing to dip in. I'm going to give you a chance to divert and go to Cain if you want to, or you can continue inside the vessel.
No, I mean, it seems like he wants me to find Anju and Sera, so
Gotcha.
I think I will actually speed up
Okay, makes sense.
quickly I'm flying to try to get to where I know that Anju, I know in quotes where Anju and Sera are.
Ivan, when he calls out for Sera and Anju, you hear the sound of the tree shaking yet again before as it lands on its front feet, and it starts moving in the direction of the downed LAS Horizon Treader.
Okay, hear me out. What if it moved in a different direction than that? Just
That's my plan.
But what if, right? But what if? Scout! Scene goes to you. You make haste. You fly in through that rear porthole on the 3rd floor and make your way in the destination of Sera and Anju. You'll first find Anju as you flutter inside and see him resting on the rim of the 2nd story.
Oh, thank God.
You
Scout,
moved.
You came
Scout.
back.
You must hurry.
Uh,
Cain is yelling for us. That must mean something bad is happening.
Did you find any strange and horrific creatures out there? We've heard loud
Yes,
howling.
remember I told you there were owl bears. And now it
Yeah,
appears
yeah.
that there is not just one baby owl bear, there is a big mother owl bear.
Oh.
I see. I did not know how owlbears howl, but
Yeah.
The howling is actually Anju. Ivan.
No.
Sorry, I
oh.
messed up.
That's a relief. Okay.
Affirmative.
Well,
All right.
Ivan is a howler monkey.
I guess we don't have to kill him.
All right.
Uh,
But you
They
said
are on a mission
Cain's
to
in
distract
danger?
the owl bears.
That's
Cain is trying to put out the fire. There is an elemental fire.
Anju,
okay.
it's this time when Scout says that there is a fire. You glance back down to Sera, realizing her physically compromised position and her lack of armor, her injured state. And that's when you notice that the lower rim of the cabin is beginning to fill with smoke.
Oh.
Okay. We got to get out of here. Let's
Affirmative.
see. Let's see. Well, I was going to ask a second ago, just above table, would we want to heal you quickly? I don't know. What's your HP like? Have we healed you at all? Because we've got some.
I'm at 8.
I healed
I think
her a
Scout
little.
did heal me. Yeah.
But I can heal more.
I've
I
also
have
got
plenty
some,
of heals.
Yeah, and you can get down there pretty easily. Okay, well, I've got rope.
I already did that, actually. I laid on hands myself. So, yeah.
I mean, I've got hemp rope. I've got grappling hook. Like, is there a way that we could let you climb up? I'm just trying to think of the most efficient way to get down to you,
of
bring
course,
you back
of
up,
course.
and start
If
climbing out.
You've got the grappling hook and the rope. You can basically just like hang it yourself over the lip of this this anchor point. Basically, you're creating an anchor point on the second story of this, and yeah, you can, with some efforts, yes, of course. Sera could climb. It's just gonna be a strength check. Nothing too crazy. Thank you so much, Farm. That's 2 luck rolls.
Do we have to leave your armor behind? Like, I don't.
I thought it was gone.
It's just gone.
It's
Like,
it's
damaged to the point of
destroyed.
not even being useful. Okay, so we
You
don't have
can
to worry about it.
repair.
You could repair it.
Okay.
You could.
I mean,
We
would
might
it
have
fit in the
someone who can
haversack?
repair it. Yeah, it'll fit in the haversack.
Seems
Well,
important.
If it can go in the mouth of it.
Yeah.
Pieces that can fit in the mouth of it could.
I don't know what Bub.
Of course it could. Yeah.
Okay.
While you're putting the armor in the bag, then I will heal her. And then we need to go quickly.
Sera, you hand the armor up to Anju after he's placed this hook against the wall, and he begins to push it into the handy haversack. Your strength here, Sera, in your climb check. Give me a climb, if you would, please.
Oh.
Good, perfect. You feel significantly lighter, not being brought down by the weight of your requirements to the church, your armor, your vestments.
True.
With ease, you scale back up to this. Even injured, you make light work of this. Now, from where do you go?
Is there Scout, so Scout flew in.
Yeah, can I
yeah.
continue to scout and look ahead to find like a path for them?
Sure. You
Can we get a quick heal from Scout? Is that allowed?
I did. I just healed.
Oh, perfect. I somehow didn't hear that at all.
you were healing Sera.
Yeah, while Anju was putting the armor in the bag.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
I could use survival maybe, look to scout for like a path.
No, you're not going to need
Or-
to. You just got to
Okay.
give me a kind of a perception here. Survival would be like if
Oh,
it was
okay.
wildlands, but because you're in the belly of the ship, it's just give me a perception.
20.
You take haste and fly around the vessel itself, or what seemingly remains,
Oh,
and
wrong one. I'm supposed to use the hawk, but it's fine.
20 is totally okay. You fly down to the third floor where you've been entering, and there is nothing like you could, but these two cannot. The best bet would be on the second floor. It is the grate that you saw from the top. It's the next best thing as far as an entrance goes, but they deliberately only had one entrance and one exit. Problem
It's
is
blocked.
it's blocked by the tree.
Okay. Scout will relay that information to you all.
So the only way out is through a grate that is closed currently. Is it like
Correct.
locked?
No, it's pinned. It's pinned against the tree. If you could
Okay.
destroy it, you could get through.
So if we can get the grate off, there is room to get around the tree.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, it's not a lock, so I don't feel like disable device is gonna help me at all.
We're gonna turn the camera again, this time to Cain and Ivan.
We did a lot. Go team.
Cain, Ivan. From where you are, Ivan, you can see that it seems to be approaching as Cain is panicking, still casting Drench. But it's taking its time. It won't take long. It has huge steps.
Okay, question about the Drench. Is he sufficient in putting out the flames at the top? Because, like, I understand what his goal is. He knows that he can't quench an elemental. That's silly.
I'm just trying to keep it from spreading.
Yeah, is he successfully keeping the trees from spreading?
The immediate, yes. The problem is what seemingly catches.
As soon as I stop.
When you end up lighting some of this on fire, some of it's immediately going to start sort of like cherry and cindering off and then
like smoldering,
and moving into the wind, right? So anything that is consistently hits on neighboring trees, or if it falls into downed bushes, this could still cause a fire. And yes,
I'm trying to drench the surrounding trees too, you know, just to make it.
You just know that this is a multi-man job, and he's a single individual.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna play distraction duty. So here goes nothing. My 4 HP monkey.
What would you like to do here, Mr. 4 HP monkey?
I would like to run in between the ship and the owlbear and just like run in a perpendicular line, essentially across this clearing, and try to gain its attention.
To gain its attention, how would you like to do that?
By screaming really loud.
Would you give me performance?
Yes. So we talked that, you know, in my animal form, since I'm not a druid, I'm not supposed to be using a lot of like skills and spells.
Correct.
But I do have the perform distraction.
Perform distraction, yeah.
I would not be opposed to doing a little monkey dance, you know? Like the
Hello Monkey Bard goes hard as hell, dude.
Yeah.
It's true. You can't cast spells, but you will still, I mean, you're still Ivan up top. So yes, by all means, give me a performance. 26.
Let's go, dude.
What does little dance look like, Ivan?
Get you a bard.
Can I pull a Cain and a top hat out of my ass and hello, my honey, hello, my honey.
Yes, dude.
I'm not in his
ragtime
ass.
girl.
No, that's the frog.
Yeah, but like it's this. I was just a frog, so the spirit's there.
You could. Yeah.
No, the monkey's those chimey things, those loud,
true,
obnoxious with the little hat.
The hand symbols, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you pull anything out of your ass, but you could certainly grab like a stick or something like that in the area to kind of draw its attention.
Yeah, sure.
You don't know what
absolutely.
he's keeping up there.
I've got
I'm a monkey.
pretty good idea.
I like to do things with what comes out of my ass.
Noted. All right, I'll save that for later.
Fling poop.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Can I throw my poop at it? Can I throw my poop at the owlbear?
Of course.
Probably
Yeah.
GM.
Yes. Hell yeah, you can.
May
Of
I
course you
throw
can.
poop?
I throw my poop at the owlbear.
Oh boy.
Scratch everything that I said. Last 6
You're
seconds didn't
welcome.
happen. I go back in time. I throw poop at the owlbear.
Okay. Are you aiming at the infant or the mother?
The mother.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You're
right
welcome,
in the eyes.
chat.
I would like to
Oh,
hit it in the
God.
eyes.
Piss her off. Hell yeah.
That's. Yeah, honestly.
If you really want to make the mama bear angry,
I
you
rolled
hit
a
the
26
baby
on
bear.
Yeah,
performance.
no,
I think I hit
that's
it in the
that's what I
face.
realized.
Have you? I've got to ask. You are still Ivan in your head. You are really leaning into this nature of the monkey. Do you think? I've never had to ask this before. Has Ivan ever shit in his own hand before?
No, he is not.
No, he is Constitution check on that.
Can I get a? I just want a will save more than anything else.
Yes.
Oh, am I gonna give into the monkey and become perma monkey?
No, I just want to see you see your way through this because it's really gross. Of course. You just.
Have you ever tried to shit your pants?
Hand
Doesn't
is
bother him.
Hand is full of poop, lots of it, and you immediately just whip it forward. Your arm
any tiny
swings,
bones of
and it's
vicinities?
just a series of defecations fly in the direction of the mother owlbear.
Like a snowball fight.
It's
Wisdom save to poop. That's a first.
I mean, yes. In this case, you seeing it through, your will is quite strong, as is the odor that permeates from your colon. You successfully strike the mother owlbear, and as its enormous paw touches down to the earth, and it sees this poop just whip across its arm and up across, like it's not quite its full face, but enough so its head comes down, and you hear this call. It's really bizarre to hear. It seemingly lets out this roar, and as it does, the infant comes barreling. It's just barreling over the top of it to see what's going on, and its whole body moves up to like the mother's arm and sniffs and lets out a smaller like cry similarly, but then looks to you, and its eyes widen in absolute focus. They go from these very, very small discs to full like saucer plate predator eyes. And this now 7 to 8 foot owlbear just starts charging in your direction, Ivan.
Let's go.
Well, you drew aggro, that's for sure.
That's the plan.
He did.
I would recommend not hitting the baby at all costs.
Okay. All right. Let's... Wow. All right.
Good luck trying to outrun the owlbear. They're fast. They got long reach too.
They do.
He's swingy monkey.
I'm nimble, though. I can change directions probably way faster than a zigzag.
Okay.
You can keep the height advantage too.
Yeah.
We'll go with this. I'm gonna need, if you would please, roll your initiative.
I need to click on my character first.
Everyone. Yeah, click on your token, whatever you seem to be operating as, and let's see what you get.
Let's go.
Where am I?
What's great is
we're down here.
your dexterity is going to be higher
Okay.
than the infantile, so you're gonna move before it. I just rolled really poorly.
I'm gonna do. Can I do initiative from the sheet?
Click on my little guy, and then I click on my funny.
Let's see. So
initiative.
6-6, Sera with a 20,
Let's
Anju with a 16, Cain with a 15.
Serpentine.
And
Serpentine.
we don't have a hawk, but
13. Yeah.
13 it is. Got it.
It shows me a scout when I clicked on it.
Yeah. It's not a hawk. Sera.
Yeah, I'm just not in hawk mode.
Sera, from where you are, you've climbed up to this and you're starting to shift into the second floor belly of the LAS Horizon Treader when you overhear this roar. It is a very shrill and sharp roar, not like that of a bear, but something significantly larger. What do you do?
That does not sound good. All right, we need to make haste. So I am going to scout. Perhaps you can get on the other side of the grate, and then I can push while you pull, and we get out of here quickly.
Affirmative.
I can
shall
help.
make my way there.
Yes,
I can tie the grappling hook to it and pull.
that's a good idea also. So I'm gonna just kind of like hold my action or prepare for us to, as a team, try to open this grate.
Does the
Alright.
grate go, just so we understand, Bub, if they were under it, they need to push, right? And if I'm over it, I need to pull.
Correct.
It opens up that way.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, I
I'll
just want to make
push.
sure, because Anju was saying
Sure.
pull, and I was like,
Then I'm
just
going
wanna
to
make sure we
shift.
understand.
I'm going to shift Sera, Anju, and Scout to be operating on the same initiative, since you guys are collectively
Okay.
working to a goal. So,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
what would you like to roll here, Sera, Anju, and Scout?
Well, we need to get there first, right? You said
yeah.
it's-
Still on the,
Yeah,
we
of
need to get
course.
to the third floor, right?
Second, it's
Yeah,
second
so-
floor. There's your floor itself has become your wall. There isn't a ground. It's just a drop off from where you're at. It's about, I'm gonna say 18 feet down.
Yeah, so they need to make their way down there, and I'm actually going to go out, fly out, and
Okay.
go on the other side.
You fly out.
Can you take the rope
yeah,
with
yeah,
you?
I can take the rope.
And
I also
we'll-
have rope. Oh, no, maybe I don't.
Yeah,
I'll take
just
your
like
rope.
a-
grappling
imagining-
hook or rope, just like something to tie to it, so you to increase your ability to pull.
I like imagining Scout
Potentially.
in passing of like going around the ship is just watching me hurl poo at the
The poo scene is just too funny. Yeah, I will I carry the rope in my beak and I
All
fly
right.
out.
Then I'm going to need to know how you guys get down, Sera and Anju.
So we're going back down to where I thought we were already on the second.
No,
second floor.
you're basically like before you hit the stairwell, before it becomes the second floor, you're still on the primary floor. It's just there is a tree that is blocking your exit. So you had to climb up to where the steps were that descended to drop
Right.
back down into the lower portion of the ship.
That is currently filling with smoke.
Not yet. That part, from
Okay.
what you can see, is not immediately.
So we're in a different section. Okay.
Correct.
Sorry. I mean, we can probably just jump down there, right? Like,
Yeah. I think that's
mean, I
might be what I just
can.
do.
It's an
Yeah.
18
or
feet.
we can climb down.
There's not really anything to climb down with, unless you want to use your rope, in which case you're going to have it hooked on this. You'll lose access
mean,
to your rope.
Well, Scout has their own rope,
True.
so you know, if you can tie a knot, if you can tie a good sailor's knot, I think we can use my grappling hook here and just shimmy on down on the rope, right?
Yeah, I'll start tying up a knot for us to.
Then give
kinda
me a dex
climb.
check. If you want to tie a knot, it's going to be either a sleight of hand or a dex check, both of which are hand techniques.
Maybe I should go ahead and do sleight of hand.
Yeah,
on this one.
Anju, you're probably better at knots.
One looks pretty good, Anju. You feel
That's
good
a
about
9
this.
on the die, by the way.
Yeah, you feel pretty good about that.
Jeez. Yeah, then I would climb down.
It's gonna take his round to tie a complicated enough knot that's not gonna let you guys fall. So
Okay.
we know what you're
I mean,
doing.
what about the grappling hook? Does that easier?
Yes, but the grappling hook, once it's
Still
mounted,
take time.
unless you are up there to remove it, it's not just gonna come off. It's gonna hook into whatever it's on. It's gonna go now to Cain Carpenter.
We're shimmying.
What does Cain do?
I'm gonna yell out, "It's coming!" I think I even pissed it off.
Scout, you'll hear this.
He
Sera
actually
and Anju.
shitted it off.
It's going to be quite difficult for you to kind of make out these details, especially since it's still
Scout is
like
hoping
howling and
that-
screaming.
He's pissing it off and making it go the other direction.
The little one is chasing him.
I'm confused as
Is
to
there
why it said the
anything-
baby.
That I might have read in a book that might de-escalate an owlbear, or something that they might like a belly rub, or some type of certain food.
How to
or
win friends and influence
like-
owlbears.
If I clean poop off of its feathers with water, something.
Give me a knowledge nature.
Okay.
Are you happy with a 19?
I can do better. I
Do you
have 2
want
luck
to?
rerolls.
Yeah, you've got 2.
Yep.
Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Yo, is that the first one?
That's his first luck reroll into a natural 20, so it's 28. Nice. That's huge. All right, my friend. You know the owlbears are incredibly territorial. You know that they oftentimes do not travel with a mate. They lean into an area to mate, and then they raise cubs. And after they reach a certain point, they then pass them on, tell them basically to get along. This is the situation. You don't know. I mean, they're food motivated, but they're very territorial. You can offer them food, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to receive this, especially now that they've been provoked. It's a predator that's been provoked.
Oopsies. I did that.
Uh-oh, stinky indeed.
So basically, my opinion, my professional opinion is, now that it's mad, we're fucked.
That being said, that's what you have read of the studies of traditional owlbears. Nothing about this situation looks or seems traditional.
Can they be
why is it-
reasoned with? Are they intelligent at all, or are they completely beasts? They don't have any sort of
What are they
dialogue
thinking?
besides screeching at each other.
It's never been
Can read
recorded.
minds.
Okay. Okay. Am I hearing anything back from the people on the ship that I'm yelling at?
Nope.
Loudly at.
What's the radius on his mind reading? Does that just happen passively, or is that something he has to choose to do?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's
I
a
think
choice.
I think it's
There's
like,
going to be a choice to that.
I thought it was like 30 feet or something.
I think it's probably something low like that, but it would put you in harm's way.
Oh, you mean
You said for me it was 60
owlbear?
since I'm loud.
Correct. Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. It is 30, but
You
because
have-
he's
you have
screaming
sprinting
internally.
Thoughts.
Okay. Can I stop what I'm doing, walk over to the ship, and look for any loose boards?
Give me perception,
maybe?
actually. Yeah, that might be extremely valuable. Cain, you are aware that, yeah, like where the ship had become destructed, that just because it's there and it's being driven down doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't other ways out. After like glancing around, this is gonna be your entire turn for the record. After glancing around for a moment, you see an area where there is a gap where one of the boards destructed. It's about this big, but you can see as you lean down inside of the vessel, meaning that if that board was removed or something were to dig, you could get inside of the ship.
Okay. That's my turn, right?
Yes.
Or can
Get
I-
in, you
okay,
can
yeah.
get out.
Ivan,
Over here!
you have drawn
Yahoo!
you have drawn the attention further of this creature. Now that you're being chased, it has about 20 feet before it connects with you. I want to know what you do.
Yeah, so I was the way that I picture this, right? I can like draw it in my head. There's our ship here,
Yes.
and then there's the LAS Horizon Treader,
Correct.
and then there's the owlbear here, right? So it's kind of like a triangle.
Yes.
I figured that we kind of went around to where they were, and then I ran up and then cut in between the owlbear and the Horizon Treader. So I'm actually heading towards the ship, kind of, but the ship's in the air, so I'm not like worried about that, like anything hurting it, right?
Okay.
Makes
Does
sense.
it say what your movement speed is?
30.
30. Okay. I need to see what my owlbear's movement speed is.
Oh, I think they're faster than 30.
They're
Where about?
Yeah, but I could switch direction.
True. You could switch directions.
Is that like a feature of the howler monkey?
Oh, they're like, that thing's 25 feet tall. It can't
Yeah.
turn good.
No, it's not. The 25-foot tall one is not chasing you. It's the young one that is.
Okay.
Which is weird, in my opinion. I want to know why.
Owlbear.
Maybe it's practicing hunting.
Okay,
Seemed to
good
be what I
news.
was doing.
Go get your monkey
It
snack.
moves at the same speed
Yeah.
as you. So long
Let's
as you
go.
continue running, it cannot catch you.
Let's go. It's easy.
All right, you maintain, you continue running. You're gonna clear in a double move action. It's gonna be 60 feet. So I gotta know, once you make it to the vessel, are you circling the vessel? What's your intention here?
I think my intention would be, okay. Do I know enough about owlbears to know that they don't climb as fast as they can run, or they assume that something that large can't climb quite as fast as me?
I'm gonna
But I
say that
don't
you
know.
probably don't know enough about them.
Okay. Yeah, because my goal would be to eventually take it to the trees, because I can jump from tree to tree. That might be a much harder thing for them to do, because they go down easier. I
Yes.
can grab on, but they will probably slide down with their massive weight. So that was my plan, was to get into the tree line again and then to start going up.
Got it. Makes sense. Do you have a climb speed? Does it say?
Not anywhere. Yes, it's 30 as well.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, that's huge.
Monkey mode.
All right, his climb speed is half. So yeah, you are going to consistently stay ahead of this creature.
Let's
Yay,
go.
I'm successfully distracting.
You are, in fact. Are you still taunting it, like howling at it as you continue moving on?
No, at this point I'm scared shitless. I imagine that Cain just hears me like running in front of him and it's just like, holy shit, holy shit.
Perfect.
I want you, monkey.
Perfect.
I just love the fact, like, just telepathy having an area of effect, and like you can hear it further and closer.
Perfect. Okay. On my turn, the mother owlbear continues to move. It's full round. It's going to cover 30 feet. It's not running. It's walking. It's hard to say it's even walking, it's lumbering. Each step crosses 15 feet.
It's a Jaeger. Little
Sera.
kaiju.
Top of the initiative, Sera,
All
Anju,
right.
Scout.
We're Indiana Jones and down. We're gonna just grab the rope and
Sure.
jump down.
Yeah.
Give me a climb check.
So we're
It's not hard. This is not hard. You really just have to break 10.
wow.
With a 4, that is challenging.
Okay, well, I'll go first
Luck.
with a 25.
Okay,
Or do
25
I
is
have
great.
to go second to grab the rope?
You can go first. That's totally fine. You will scale
Yeah.
down with ease. It's not difficult.
Yeah, you have 2 luck.
You have 2
Yeah.
lucky rolls, yes.
I'm using one.
Maybe don't want to fall 18 feet.
That's
Sure.
better.
It's not as smooth, right? Like if you were in better condition, you would have made light work of this, but you are not in the greatest of conditions. So you don't make it look as easy as Anju, but Anju's incredibly dexterous. He's in his element.
Yeah, like reflex.
You will descend. That's going to be a standard action. You guys have the equivalent of a move action. You glance around, and you can see that the grate itself, this enormous, it's like a 15 foot by 15 foot grate. It's being pushed into the base of this tree. Okay? You don't think that any amount of strength is going to unearth and uproot this tree.
So we're just
Okay.
trying. But we can see that the grate is. I mean, the ship's damaged. Like we can probably.
Yeah, if you had the
Just-
means to damage it further, then yes, that is completely accurate. The problem is, if you only have access to daggers, you are going to take a long time to damage this.
Hear me out.
Sure.
We do have torches, and it's surrounded by wood, and the thing's already on fire.
We're already dying of carbon monoxide. Why not just...
Anju, Sera, give me a
These
perception.
tools masterwork. I don't know. Perception, it is, my friend.
25 is huge. Nice job, Sera. 22,
22.
Anju. You both come to the same conclusion at about the same time, right? You're glancing around trying to find a way out, and it doesn't look like it. It feels almost as if you were entering the earliest of graves. When you see just a small crack, it's probably about 3 inches tall by about 4 or 5 inches wide. And then you see fingers slip up underneath it. And you hear Cain just on the outside.
Over here.
Where the ship has met with the earth and it has exploded, Cain is out there and he's holding on to it. You can see a means out, but you literally are going to have to dig out.
Dig where? Dig.
Or you can hope that Cain has a means of opening this. Maybe wild magic will come into your favor.
Oh my god.
And Scout's flying around the outside, and I see Cain, right, when I get out there.
Yes, you hear Cain. You probably hear Cain, but it's definitely overtaken immediately by the sound of Ivan, as Ivan Howler Monkey sprints by, just screaming.
Okay, I will go towards where Cain is, I guess.
When you fly around, you can see him as he's kind of crouched down looking at this opening in the ship. It's very, very small. But
Cain, I can use your assistance.
I'm right here. I'm busy.
What are you
There's
busy
a weak
doing?
spot. There's a weak spot. We need to dig or pull these planks back.
Yeah.
Cain, is that
Penetrate
you?
the ship.
Cain, what?
Do we hear Cain?
Sarah?
you glance
Cain?
down,
I'm home.
you see a single eye, the side of a head and single eye kind of peer up. And what's wild is, even if he had never said anything, you would immediately know that it's him, because that one eye is rapidly dilating and then going back to normal. And you can tell he's incredibly intoxicated.
Oh
Question.
god, yeah,
Influence.
that's him. Ugh.
I should
I
be more
have-
nervous.
I have artisan tool, Mastercraft artisan tools for woodworking. Could I have something that I can help pry these planks off, or pull them off?
Get out the chainsaw, Scout.
The artisan tools themselves are meant for woodworking on a smaller scale. You need tools for destruction. If you have access to explosives, if you have access to a large hammer or anything that will help you destruct this part of the ship, that's what you need. Or you could go the route of digging up. I always want to present that as an option. I'm not going to sit here and say, and plus, like, whatever else you guys come up with, please ask.
I mean, y'all got you do have a whole bunch of animal forms that I mean, surely one of them's good at digging.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I'll change into
It's
cheetah
still our
form
turn,
and,
technically.
And
Okay.
I'll start digging.
Okay.
Claw shoeing.
So
Immediately
we're digging up.
warps into, I'm going to guess, hound form.
Cheetah form probably makes the most sense.
Okay.
Flying.
What are we digging through? What surface?
Soil.
Ground.
Soil.
Because the
Okay.
dog is
Dirt
actually
around.
not very strong.
Under the planks, I guess.
So, Scout, you're not digging. You're trying to go through the wood.
I'm pulling at the planks of wood with my claws.
Gotcha. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. That's not a horrible idea.
And then we have to dig up.
You guys would be digging down, while Scout is like attempting to like remove planks.
Okay.
You would be kind of digging out, like you're creating like a dog trying to escape a fence, right? That's kind of what it is. Okay. Then I would like strength checks from Sera, Scout, and Anju.
Ooh, I'm
Come
gonna
on,
reroll
baby.
that.
Nice.
I'm gonna use all my rerolls. Thank you to whoever donated. Oh my god,
God.
very
Goodness
bad.
gracious.
All my rolls are below a 5. Wow,
Wow, that's
It's
unfortunate.
okay. I have an idea.
I've used all my rerolls.
Okay, all of Scout's rerolls are gone. I think a lot of people are losing their rerolls right now. That's fine.
Oh my god.
Anju,
we have
I
2
actually
right
have
now?
a good like strength. That's sad.
Yep, Anju and Sera, you immediately start using both your hand and the dagger to sort of chip away at the topsoil and begin to remove this. It's gonna take some time, you can tell. Cain Carpenter.
Okay. Can I use acid dart to shoot at the wood wall? It does acid damage. Would that help eat through the wood faster, maybe? Or it ignores spell resist if it's fancy wood?
Ping it for me.
Yeah, it's
Ping it for
soaring
me.
wood.
Go ahead and cue it up. I want to see
Sure.
if it's gonna help here. It's an acid dart. You can use this ability a number of times per day. If you're just trying to do raw damage, then yeah, I'll say that you can sort of weaken the side of the vessel, but you're gonna need to do way bigger damage than 1.
Okay.
Is that the direction you want to go, or do you have something else in mind?
We need like explosives.
I'm not strong, and I don't have... I'm basically tapped on other spells until I rest.
Is the fire elemental trapped? Is that why it's doing its thing?
Yeah, it can't.
So-
it's stuck
it
here
can't
until
move.
someone removes it.
Is that my roll then? The first click?
No, I'm not gonna say that's your click. Go ahead and click again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figure like if it's acid, it might help deteriorate it and make it easier for them to pass the strength. Like, I don't know.
So you're gonna
That's
aim
what
at the
I'm
side of
thinking.
the ship. Go ahead and cue acid dart for me. Let's see what you get.
Okay.
Same scenario. This time you're definitely gonna hit.
Fucking
You're gonna hit
Okay.
the inanimate object.
I can't roll damage though, right?
Yeah, I mean
So-
your damage is already it's calculated and it's gonna be 1 unless you're doing. Is it 2d6? 1d6 of points of damage plus 1 for every 2 wizard levels you possess. So it's gonna be 1 and 1. So 2 points of damage.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so 2 points
That's
of damage.
not good.
It seems to burst onto the side, Scout. You witness this acid dart sort of erupt and spread across the actual like berth of the ship, and you can see it starts to like eat away through it, but it quickly begins to taper off. Ivan,
Hey. How am I doing?
how are you doing, sir?
I'm in a tree now.
Give me a climb check.
Where is that? There it is. What do I have? I have plus 10 to climb as well. Nice. Whatever this is, plus 10.
That's huge. Very successful.
Yeah.
It appears that even under duress, you still perform at capacity. You are up the tree with a swiftness at 30 feet. You bound upward. You're not at the top of the tree, but you're high enough up that you know it's going to be difficult and rather slow for this creature to kind of match your pace and speed.
Good.
Do you hold this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would turn around at this point if I can see that it's slower than me.
You
to, like,
feel it.
Make sure
as-
that it.
Right as soon as you reach that precipice
Yeah.
of 30 feet up the tree, you feel the tree sort of buck. And as it bucks, you glance back down and you can see it's starting to climb. Let's actually see if it's going to get a solid climb out of this. It does. It does, in fact. Its immense weight is holding it back, however, so it only manages to get about 15 feet up. It's struggling. Though once it gets about 15 or so feet up, it seemingly passes an arm over some of the heavier low-lying branches and is using that. You can tell it's going to see a lot of duress up here. That being said, you feel confident where you're at.
Yeah. Can I attempt to jump
probably
to another
so
tree or next
cute.
turn?
Next turn.
It is probably so cute. It's a shame that it's gonna have to die.
Scout.
Oh!
Cain. Scout in your cheetah form. Cain, as you've just cast a spell. Where Scout is starting to tear away at these planks and beginning to lift them with your claws sinking into the side of the LAS Horizon Treader. Cain, as you're winding back up to cast yet another acid dart, you feel your feet shake as something heavily launches behind you and falls with a...
Scout will not
She's
move
here,
their
she's
body,
here.
but just turn their head to look.
When you kilter your head to the side and look, and Cain says she's here, that is when you hear its call yet again. This howl, this primal howl, shakes you. Immediately erupts around you. You instinctively whip around out of something that commands your very presence. I need a will save from Scout and from Cain.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh no.
So can I get a reroll chat? Can I get a reroll chat? What's up? What's
Jesus
up?
pants.
Let me get one, please.
Well, at least now
I
you'll know
do
what
have
she's
wild
thinking.
empathy.
Gonna
Wait,
shit
yeah.
my pants. If I don't
Can't you hear what she's thinking now?
I can, but maybe.
A druid can
She's
improve the
pissed.
attitude of an animal.
She's-
Dysfunctions is just like diplomacy check made to improve the attitude of a person. The druid rolls 1d20 and then adds their druid level and their charisma modifier to determine the wild empathy check results. So please go, by all means, do just that.
That is so specific.
I know. I'm like, this
Perfect.
very, very rarely ever come up. So I do a 1d20 and add my druid level.
Yes.
1d20 plus 3 plus. Is there anything else?
We're gonna be fine. Everything's
And
fine.
charisma modifier?
Correct.
Ooh, that's not good. I'm -1. Alright, we'll see how this goes.
That is
Nope.
super
6.
specific.
That's so
What's
bad.
going on tonight?
I don't know. I'm rolling bad.
Chat.
Makes sense.
Great.
My players
I'm hogging all
outside
the good
of
rolls.
Ivan may be in a bit of a rough way, so if you're feeling like a benevolent squad, support them because they may be in trouble here.
Otherwise,
Sub to
I
Bub, or
might-
we're
I
gonna
might-
die.
I might call out to the Dragon Shard.
Cain,
No.
I tried.
God, it's such a good skill too.
Maggie, you still
And
need to
I'll
make...
do my will save.
There you go. Wow, okay.
I'm like, my will saves are good, so.
Cain, as that scream mutters over the top of you, you hear something lumber underneath that very scream that tells out, and only you can hear this. Run. Scout, you hazard the call, and though it makes your plates shudder under the natural fear of it, a creature simply superior in every capacity, you resist the fear. Cain,
I'm running.
you read its mind, but I need you to roll a d6.
It's not your turn to run yet. It's still there. It's still Bub's turn.
Tree.
3. In a panicked state, you must run for 3 rounds, comparable to Dragon's Fear, away from this beast.
How the turntables.
Top of the initiative. Sera,
Okay.
Anju, and Scout. Sera and Anju, you felt the earth shake before that mutterance and call of some primal beast way larger than any owlbear you've ever encountered. Its very scream shook the planks at which you were trying to dig asunder. What do either of you do?
We're safer in here.
I mean,
Does Sera stop?
Sera does momentarily stop. That is not a normal creature.
that's maybe we don't go that way. I mean, is there a way? So we're digging to get to where the owlbear currently is now. Right?
Yeah.
It's your only way out.
Sera doesn't want to keep everybody helpless. I think we should get the heck out of here. She's going
What
to.
choice do we have?
Yes, she's going to keep digging to get us out of here.
Okay,
But-
Anju?
Is there a way
Yeah.
to like dig, but not, not all the way? Like maybe.
Would you like to bluff that you're applying effort?
Well, I guess I was just asking, like, if we roll too well on the dig, is there a chance that we would be put in harm's way, or can we like hang back to where the owlbear can't get through?
That
Are they allowed
owlbear
to hold
is
their
gonna get
turn till the
through.
end
Right.
of the round?
That owlbear.
I mean,
just
you made it
picked up
sound
the
like the
ship.
grate was not an option. You made it sound like the grate was going to
The
be
great,
like
the great is it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
right.
You would sooner dig your way out than muster through. I mean, if you had larger weapons,
Or if you were an owlbear.
or if you were an owlbear.
Can we?
yeah.
So wait, we're digging into the earth. Is there a way to just dig out? I don't.
That's what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah,
but,
you're digging your way out.
right. I understand we're digging out, but it's like I'm not making the connection between digging and then coming out of the floorboards of the
It's
ship.
like a
I
plank
guess.
of wood that's like gonna expose you to where we are on the outside of the ship.
Right.
Like we're on the outside of the ship where you could be on the outside of the ship free.
So we're trying to get under it.
It's not under. It's just
yeah.
like the side of the ship.
Just out of curiosity, could I press it? I mean, I know I'm running, but could I press to digitate male owlbear pheromones onto the side of the ship? Like, what would that do?
Why would you want to do that?
Because it's mating season.
But you don't want
And-
you don't want the owlbear to stay next to the ship. They're trying to get out of it.
This is where
What
the
better
one of the
way
rare,
to open the ship up?
This is one of the the times that I'm going to say no, because
Okay.
there's
Not try.
no way that you would even like. You have to know what it is to make it. Like,
Oh,
you're-
I've never sniffed male owlbear pheromone. That's
Yeah.
He did roll a
And maybe-
28 on his nature check for owlbears though. So maybe he has.
The problem is all of his
28
study is
let me
into
know it's
dragon
piss?
shards. Yeah, all of his studies into dragon. If his study was into owlbears, I'm like, yeah, dude, you tasted it yourself. Even you are attached to the pheromone.
I was just curious.
Sure, of course.
Sorry.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh boy.
Sera continues digging. Anju.
I mean, I feel like we don't really have a choice. It's either dig out or try to brute force the grate, and the grate just
All right, let me set this
Yeah.
scene for you. I gotta
because
know.
the thing's on fire. Like we're desperate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Will Anju feel more safe inside of the burning vessel or immediately in front of the expedition-sized owlbear?
Both are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Which one, Anju?
You can also
I mean-
wait until the owlbear's not there, and then.
That's what
start
I was saying.
digging
Is
your
like
way out
we
again.
dig,
if you
but
want
we
to.
like.
You can
Yeah.
hold. You can also try to coax Sera into not digging or to wait until you hear it run away.
I want to dig. I want to dig.
Okay, sure.
I feel
give
like
me a
we're.
strength. Give me a strength check.
Fire is also very scary.
Yeah, like we are inhaling
Yeah,
smoke.
yes,
basically.
yes, you are.
Like this is.
Yeah.
I would assume there's a panic happening.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I needed to know. You continue to dig. You guys, with your combined efforts of just kind of chipping away with the dagger and your own hands, you're able to remove this in clumps. You're starting to tear it away, throwing it behind you just fine. Scout, you said you wanted to hold?
I can't wait to meet this
No,
thing.
I would like to transform into a bird, and I'm
Fly
going
far, far
to.
away?
No, I'm going to pull the owlbear's
Just
ear
leaves.
and then fly away. Like try to annoy them to get them to follow
You're
me.
gonna
and chase
get
me.
in fucking range
I'm
of this
getting
thing.
yeah. I'm gonna engage an owlbear action.
You're just assuming that it doesn't know that you're food.
All right, Scout. You assume the position and fly to above the owlbear's head, pulling at the tuft and corner of its very ear, trying to command its presence in the same way that we had seen Ivan with the howler monkey.
Fecal matter.
Probably-
Dangerous.
Yeah.
This is very dangerous, but you do it. You will succeed. You're not sure how much effect it has had yet. Cain Carpenter.
And I will squawk at them.
I'm running.
You're running.
Annoying.
Very helpful. Very helpful.
I'd book it to the wood. I'd book it in the opposite direction.
Ivan,
Take off.
Yo.
Running.
you see Cain, full sprint. He drops his staff. Squeaks is just smacks the earth where he's hanging onto the staff, and Cain is just trucking.
Do I see the owlbear? The
Yeah.
mama? mama?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I would like to go towards it.
You see me on its ear, and squawking
Yeah.
at it.
Okay.
I know that there's a dire need for distraction right now.
Yes.
Monkeys can always poop more.
How would you like to get there? Are you leaping to the vessel?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause-
leaping from trees to trees.
Okay.
I got
I'm a
one
monkey.
clean hand.
I can say from where you're at right now, you can leap to the backside of the LAS Horizon Treader.
Like it's the top of it as it's like sinking in?
Yep.
Okay. Can I jump onto the back of the owlbear?
Sure. Oh, yes, you can. Give me an acrobatics.
Oh, they're Sua freaking
It's
sidle.
25 feet big, all right? I'm like 2, all right?
It's true. He's
I'm
just a
mosquito
guy.
on top of it. Like
We
That-
playing
that's what I was
Dragon's
thinking. If I
Dogma
buy
right
its
now.
ear and I'm on top of it, I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard for it to get to me.
I'm re-rolling this. I'm re-rolling it one more time. Oh shit.
Oh, that's all your rerolls.
I need a reflex.
Three
Dice.
rerolls.
Dice are telling a story.
Our rolls are so bad today.
Except mine. Mine are great.
Oh yeah, you've been doing good.
This is the
I'm
first
sitting-
time
I have-
Ivan's have
He has been
failed.
doing
Ivan,
good
give
too.
me a reflex if you
Wait,
would,
I
please.
have wait. The monkey has a +10 to acrobatics
Sure.
and then another +8 in racial modifiers.
Oh,
That's,
you should be using your
it's
monkey
10. You're gonna have
stats.
10 in acrobatics.
Okay.
So you rolled a 3, so it's gonna be a 13. I'm still gonna need a reflex. Howler monkey should have pretty good reflex too, though.
I don't think so. Where's my reflex?
What is the monkey's reflex?
+4.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Pancake.
so it's
I
even
don't
worse.
like
So you got
that last okay
7.
was tough.
These guys.
Oh.
I want use one of my saves. I'm gonna let you use one of my luck rerolls.
Oh.
Wow.
On my
Friendly
acrobatics
GM.
or
Your choice.
And your-
Reflex or
Yeah, use it
acrobatics.
on, acrobatics, please. All right,
There's
that's
another
better.
one. Christy, the goat.
So that's
Is that
9.
better?
That's gonna turn into a 19. Perfect. So that's 3 luck rerolls. Christy out here saving lives.
Thank you,
Thank you, Christy. Can we give you yours back and then I just use that one?
No, that's fine. It's mine's gone. I've got 2 now.
Stop.
No.
What are you doing?
You got it. Go for it. You will succeed in your acrobatics. It looks like as you make the leap, you feel the tree from your weight sort of like come up and smack you in the belly, but it doesn't stop the momentum that you have. You don't land cleanly on its back. However, you grab onto its side. Now I'll need a reflex. This one's not as bad as you might think,
I got this one.
I believe.
+4.
Okay. It's totally fine. You needed a 10.
Okay.
So essentially,
Thanks.
you leap out and you grab onto some of its paired feather and fur.
Yeah.
You aren't on its
Those
back.
feathers hanging in strong.
You were on its
He
side.
rolled a 6. He got a 6 though. Because if it's +4, that's a +5.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's -1.
Yo.
His reflex as a monkey is less than him normally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so this is gonna lessen your damage.
Okay, what's with this goody two shoes energy right now? We have, the one time we have an
wanna cheat.
opportunity.
I use my final reroll. There we go.
That's so much
It is
better.
us versus Bub, as far as I'm concerned.
No, not even, dude.
I don't
literally
want
just gave
Bub
you one of
to
my luck
cheat. I don't-
rerolls.
kidding.
No
I'm
one should be
kidding.
cheating.
No, and then he tried to give it back to you.
Huge. It feels, you feel your life flash, my friend. It looks grim as you've leapt 30 feet from a tree. You're 30 feet up, and sure, you have to go at a downward angle, but you feel just short.
If I'm jumping 30 feet down, I'm only jumping 5 feet down. If I'm only 30 feet up, it's right there.
I mean, yeah, it's right there, but it's still just far enough away. You are able to grab onto this and sort of wrestle yourself up into its feathers and fur.
Well,
you're hanging on.
I want to stay on its back, you know, because like you think of a strong man that's trying to reach back there.
I got you.
Get it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn. Scout, I need to know what your armor class is.
It's bad.
Oh, no.
Not good. 15. I'm a hawk.
Okay. Okay.
But hey, they're quick.
I am quick.
Scout, what's your hit points?
As a hawk? 4.
No, that's you assume the role of a hawk, but it goes off of your hit points.
Oh, okay. I have. Well, we haven't leveled up, so I don't get that extra HP, right? So
Correct.
I'm 25.
25.
Why did you even tell us?
What?
Okay.
Said, why did he even tell us we leveled up?
I know.
It's gonna hit you.
Ouch.
It's actually, this is just its ear flapping at you. This is the wind
like
damage
smacks
from the
me.
ear.
And that's Jesus Christ.
Take 18 points of damage.
Okay.
As it draws its right arm up, the one that's not been covered in Ivan's feces, and it slaps across its own head, catching you. And you spiral to the earth. You've been swatted.
My beak is like landed into the
Every
ground.
streamer's nightmare.
It's fucked up.
Thank you. Good night.
The squawking stops.
It doesn't take notice of Ivan in its monkey form. It's swatted, and in its fit of rage, it leans back and throws its body into the vessel.
Great.
Oh, you guys are gonna make a reflex
Sera,
save.
Anju reflex saves.
Yeah, I was like,
I
that
have
thing's
something
shaking.
for this. Wait, I guess I don't have something for this because it's.
Do you have like a bonus? To
Well, do I get my new
reflex save?
feats but not my new hit points? Was that the deal?
We
You
don't
don't get any
anything.
access to
You don't
any,
get
of the
any
new
of
stuff
it?
until you get
Yeah,
a
I
full
had
night's
some cool
rest.
spell that I was gonna use earlier, and I didn't.
Nice job, Sera. Huge.
Can't believe
Nice.
Bub is anti-fun. God. Terrible.
It's 'cause we need a
Just
long
tickle this
rest.
thing to death.
Reflex
We just
save
need to get
incoming.
it on.
21.
All right. All right.
This is good.
Shaboing.
Perfect. You were not expecting the impact. However, as the ship is sent flying, it's struck, and you can feel the vessel starting to move in your direction, coming right at your face. You coil back, rolling onto your backside, and as the vessel is knocked over to its side, you are met with a thrashing owlbear.
How close?
Yeah, like how
And
met?
can we please be in perfectly mirrored anime like Spider-Man pose? Can we have that for free?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Thanks.
Do you want to know where you're at?
Yes, please.
Yes.
You're between
that
its
would
front
be-
legs.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And all you hear is of me.
The howler monkey screaming from its side.
Yeah.
Sera.
So we're underneath its front legs?
Sera and Anju, correct. What would you like to do?
Gonna try to wiggle on out of there.
Yeah, can we I mean I feel
Where
like
do
we
you
would
go?
want to just is there any space behind it?
Did it like maybe potentially make an opening for like
Yeah.
Is there a way out now? Now that it's kind
there's no vessel
There's a
blocking
stairway,
you.
it goes to
It's-
heaven.
It's essentially knocked the ship completely over, and you are
okay,
now
so we
you have freedom, but it's out of the pain and
It's-
into the fire.
Yeah, it's I mean we can
let's get
Go
out
ahead.
of here. That's what I'm saying.
Just like that?
Like we just run, like squeeze out. I mean, I would probably, now that I know that Ivan's a howler monkey, thanks to Scout telling me, I'm not gonna leave the monkey. So I would try to like wiggle myself out between this owlbear and like gather my bearings to like plan an escape route for us. We are not fighting this thing. Sera does not want to fight this thing because we are not equipped to fight it.
I mean, I don't think I can kill it, but if I'm that close, I've got point blank shot. Like I could try to like take out one of its fucking legs, make it just a little less dangerous. But I don't know. I don't think friendly GM is going to tell me if that's a good idea or not.
I cast rage.
I am not your dad. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm here to
But this
support
is
you in your
someone's
decision
mom.
making.
But I mean, I could get a point blank shot and a movement, right?
Theoretically, sure.
Could I like use them at the same time?
Do you know what
Or would I
happens?
have to
Do you know what happens when you fire a ranged weapon into melee combat?
Not good things.
Well, I also have
Disadvantage, negative.
No, he's not going to get negatives. It
I have
can
point
get
blank
attack
shot
on him.
and precise shot.
True. Yeah, that's great. Within 30 feet. You're definitely within 30 feet.
But
you're like
so
10
I'm
feet.
You're saying I'm too close?
I'm saying that if you if you try to shoot and they realize that you're there, they can get an attack of opportunity.
Well,
I don't know if you want.
Are we not provoking one already by running out of its range? So you're saying
Not
it
if you
doesn't.
disengage. Not if you
Disengage is the
like.
thing.
if you-
Okay.
Yeah. If
Okay,
you just
correct.
run and you don't attack, then you're fine. But if you attack, then
Thank you.
You see some
Friends.
addled wizard footprints in the dirt.
I thought that I thought I was provoking an attack of opportunity regardless. Then yeah, we're just gonna split off and try to run around the opposite sides of him, right? And just
Sure.
just disengage and escape.
Is that what you'd like to do?
I
it
mean,
has to be
yeah.
your full turn. Like you can't do anything else.
Correct.
I mean, yeah. But
Sera,
if it
same?
means
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Anju, are you want to do that?
yeah. I
Got it.
hate that you keep asking me.
I'm just making sure, man. Just
You
trying to
just
figure
want
out
to
where
make sure
you're
you don't
going.
want to stab the
Yeah.
owlbear in the leg.
If you want to take an attack, then by all means you can take an attack.
Well,
Disengaging.
now that I
is
know
good.
that disengaging is a thing,
Mhm.
and there's a chance that we won't get in. Yeah.
Got
I just
it.
thought if we were leaving, we were gonna get hit regardless. So if there's a different way, then I'll take it that way.
You bolt left. Sera bolts right. You split. Anju, a perception, please.
My favorite.
Sera, perception.
Okay. Look, our perceptions have been quite.
They've been
We've just
quite
you and
good,
I have
yeah.
both
Yeah,
been
you guys
rolling
are-
solid all night.
Sera,
We're
Yeah.
hogging all the rolls.
your situation is going to look a lot different than Anju's. It looks like freedom for you immediately. There is nothing immediately in your path, and you just start to move. Anju, your
Okay.
situation looks a little differently. As you're passing by, you get a lot. Your senses are overloaded. The first and foremost, aside from the enormous owlbear that's standing next to you, you smell a lot of feces. Like a lot of feces. A surprising amount, all things considered. But as you glance
Owlbears eat
to the
feces.
the left side, you see that there is something that is caught up in its feathers, in its like tuft. It's a monkey. There's something that's wrestling with just about the front arm / wing area, and it's trying to scale up the beast. You also see, as you're moving in that direction, you see a smaller version of Cain as he's sprinting as fast as he possibly can away. And as you continue to run and you're disengaged, you glance over and there is a smaller owlbear, about 8 feet tall, that is now peering down at its mother, at Ivan, the howler monkey, and at you.
I should have followed Sera. It sounds like.
You disengaged. You're safe. You're safe for the time being.
Doesn't sound like I'm safe for very long.
Scout.
Well, that's my turn, huh?
It is. It is, in fact. What does Scout do?
I'm like laying on the ground, right?
Of course.
I'll try to pluck myself up from the ground, and I think I'm also going to. I see my companions all running like mofos. I'm also going to do that. I just try to fly and just as
Where
quick
do you
as
go?
I can.
Do you go up to the ship? Do you...
Yeah, I think my goal is to go up to the ship.
Got it. King Carpenter, you're running.
Yeah, I decide to swap directions to the right and run that way to
Serpentine.
Maybe.
Serpentine.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
yeah keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Got it.
You know.
Ivan. You climbing?
Making good decisions. Can I tell what the owlbear is doing right now?
Give me a perception. Let's see if you can see some things here.
Sure.
Huge. Yeah.
I just want to know if like I have its attention or if it is attentioned on something else.
It hasn't even remotely taken notice of you at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
I would like to start ripping out as many feathers as I can from the center of its back.
You got it. You got it. Strength check, please.
Okay.
You're such a little chaos menace, dude.
I mean, I'm thinking that like, you know, I got my back feet hanging on because they're hands, and then also my tail like balancing me.
Yeah.
Like, I can just like stand sideways. Like,
Yeah. And you are. You're just
yeah.
tearing out as much as you can. And it's admittedly it's quite hard because these aren't like small bird feathers. These are it's enormous. You're tearing out tufts of fur. It's really like it's very difficult for you to kind of pluck away some of the larger feathers, but you're able to do so. Let's see if it notices you here.
Hercules monkey.
He is quite strong, yes.
What the hell? It's like an ant monkey.
Yes, you have drawn its attention.
Good.
You have definitely drawn its attention.
Thanks,
Can't
Monkey
touch
Man.
me. You can't touch me.
This is where things are going to take a bit of a turn.
For the better, obviously.
My friend, you, in your circumstance here, where you are, it's because of you rolled so incredibly high, impressively high, on your perception. It's noticed you, but its attention has been diverted. You see its head start to turn to you and then immediately snap hard right, as its eyes focus in the destination of a fleeing Sera. As Sera begins to move, it begins to locomotive-style build pace. And Sera is moving as fast as she possibly can, but she cannot move as fast as this large creature can. And Sera's full disengage. You are able to get away before you hear the pounding sound of its enormous pads strike the ground around you. It crosses over the top of you. You feel its feathers and fur dance over the top of your head before it stops in front of you. And it lowers its head to face you, Sera. You can see it's this enormous beak, this almost marble-like beak, lean down in front of you. And as it opens up, you can see its tongue sort of dance in this hypnotic motion as it begins to taste the air around you. Ivan, do you continue to tear at the feathers?
No, I'll start climbing its back. Because I realize with my great perception that I have that it's going after Sera now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to climb up to its head.
You got it. Give me a climb. You're killing it tonight with the rolls. Jeez. Looks good.
Let's go.
It looks good.
Technically, that's a 30.
Sera. You can feel the heat runneth from its breath as it pours over the top of you like a shower. You watch the condensation pool up over the crooks of your own arms. The dagger itself seems to moisten and bead up from its breath. I need you to make a will save.
The fuck is this thing? Weird, I don't smell poop anymore. I thought that would be on its breath.
Okay.
Truth.
You
20.
witness its eyes ripple in dilation akin to that of Cain's as you feel this lull, this borderline dominate effect. Your limbs begin to weaken, but you withstand. It tilts its head to the side and gracefully grabs onto you. It picks you up in its mouth, and it starts to walk you away from the downed LAS Horizon Treader.
I would just yell to everybody just to get out. Just like, get out of here. Like, I would just, like, Sera just wants to make sure the rest of the party is
I'm
safe.
on it.
And
Way ahead of you.
Surprisingly, I can do that. That's the one thing I can do.
As you have flown above to the Fallen, the ship, piloted by the captain, you overhear Sera screaming out, "Run! Just get away, just run!" Anju, you overhear Sera call out the same way. Ivan, from where you are on the beast's back, do you take this advice, or you continue to ride?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up to its head. It doesn't seem to care about me right now, so I can use that as my advantage.
Sure. You are able to.
Can Sera and I make eye contact?
Perception, both of you. Yeah, I needed it from Sera most of all, but yes, you can.
Yes.
As it seems to walk, its head sort of like burbles with its step, and when it leans right, you can just catch Sera looking up at you. It's fear over her face. But Sera, you can tell, even if it were to just reflex, it could snap you in half. You can feel the presence and power in its jaws. But you can tell it's made a decision. Do you say anything to Ivan?
Can I make a motion?
Of course, yeah.
Can I motion like give me, throw me to me?
To Sera?
Yeah, like throw what you have.
Yeah, I guess I would try to throw my dagger, but I would just look at him and
Anju's
just be
dagger.
like,
Okay.
Anju's dagger. But I would just look at Ivan and just say the same thing, just run. And I would throw it. Fuck, I might be dead. But yeah.
Okay.
I still would just tell him to just run.
Knife monkey goes crazy, dude.
Let me look at your character sheet here.
Wait, are you in its hand? Like, is it carrying you like King Kong?
I think I'm in its maw.
You're in its
No,
mouth.
it's in the beak, and it
Yeah.
seems to be carrying her gently right now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
taking me
sus.
back to its hive.
I would
or
like-
something, so.
Probably some babies to feed.
I would like, Sera, if you would please, give me an escape artist to try to free your arm.
I was gonna say that.
Oh right, that's a thing, an actual skill in
Yeah.
Pathfinder.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
You do be bound by the beak. Holy fucking
Oh,
shit.
boy.
neat.
think
I
it's
don't have any
gotcha.
plus in this, so
Okay,
it's a
so
straight
I
2.
make a lasso. And
You
then I use it.
cannot get your arm free.
Okay, I just.
Ivan, you
just
can
say,
see
"Look,
she's
it's
trying.
distracted. It's distracted. Just run. And yeah, I'll just keep that. I will keep saying that and let it be distracted as it takes me away.
Okay. The camera's going to turn back at this point. Cain, Scout, and Anju.
Running.
Cain, your 3 rounds will come to an end. You've cleared a great amount of distance. It's going to be 60, 120, so about 200 feet away is about how far you ran before you felt the compelling nature of that fear fall over the top of you and just wash away. Storm. Big damn hero out here.
Storm it the goat.
4th luck
That's
reroll.
4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anju, where you had ran, as you bolt by, you see the owlbear, the youngling, as it slowly scales down the tree and falls that last 5 feet. It climbs to its feet and it starts running in the destination of its mother.
So the energy is they've got a payload and they're moving. They're moving on. They only care about the fact that. Do they even care that Ivan's on its back?
Not entirely certain that he is there, at least from what you could see. You're not sure. Ivan's
So it
really
told
small
us-
in comparison.
Yeah, I'm like, what, 2 feet?
Something like
Not even?
maybe 2.5 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it told us
I'm
to
tiny.
run.
It
And
told
then it-
Cain to run.
Right,
because-
I
yeah.
know. Anju doesn't know any of this shit, but I'm trying to puzzle it out. Why would it?
It's territorial.
Why the Paladin? I don't.
Good question.
Okay, so can I continue? I'm not leaving Sera. That's it. I get it. I'm supposed to run away, but I'm
gotcha.
not going to do that.
Sure,
But I
makes
also
sense.
don't want to anger it because I don't want it to close its beak around her. So, can I like kind of can I move parallel to it, but like become? Can I stealth hit it? Can I like trail it? And like continue to move away from it, but like move parallel. And
Yeah,
just,
I
like,
don't see why not. The problem is when you
Like, and
stealth.
hide?
When you stealth, you can't move at full speed. You have to move at half
Okay.
speed. You know that if you stealth and you succeed to do so, you will very, very likely end up losing them if they go far. While you're thinking that through, I want to know what Scout's doing.
Scout was flying towards the ship,
Yes.
and I guess no one else is running that direction other than Cain.
I'm 200 feet away.
Yeah,
right
Cain
now.
is 200 feet away in the opposite direction.
Oh, so I'm the only one going towards the ship.
Yes.
I guess I'll try to fly up to where the captain is.
Yeah. I mean, you're fast. You're incredibly fast. As you make your way up to the top of the vessel, you'll find the captain there. He's trying to command his men to lean into the distraction plan. Bear in mind, this has only been about 30 seconds. And they're cowering.
What's the deal? Come on. You need to get down there. They need you. I know. I'm supposed to get down. Listen, it's not going to be good for literally any of us. But that's why someone has to command this vessel, and I'm the only one that's capable of doing that.
The men seemingly kind of nod, but they don't really start running to the idea of leaping to their deaths to fight the expedition-sized owlbear.
Captain,
Scout. Hi. Hello. This is minor inconvenience. Sorry, I'm trying to rally the troops. I'm trying to get them motivated. Yeah. How's it going down there? Is everything good?
we have freed Sera and Anju, but there is a
Perfect.
problem.
Nice. That's great. Well, let's get them back on the ship. Come on.
Unfortunately, Sera has been taken by the owlbear.
And she was a brave soldier. We will remember her.
I thought you wanted the owlbear.
I did until I realized it was so large. I don't have the means to carry that. It's basically the size of the ship.
Then we must get Sera back.
How would you go about doing that?
I thought you would know.
Give me time to think about that. Give me some
We
time.
do not have time.
You are precisely right, which is why we must make time. Scout, I think you should go down there and figure some things out. And give me time to sort this out right up here in the old thinker. The old steel trap.
Affirmative. I will try to get you more time.
Perfect. Everyone rally for Scout. You just wave your hands or something.
This fucking guy.
Can I take one of them down with me on the way down?
In
Never
your
meet your
bird
heroes.
form? No, you can't.
Okay.
It worked with Ivan because he was so small.
Because he's smaller, yeah.
Yeah, these guys, nah.
I can't assist them.
Just
okay.
Sparta kick one of them.
Then Scout will fly back down. From being up above, obviously I don't have any more movement to fly down there necessarily this round. But from being up there, can I see where the owlbear is taking Sera?
So this is what I'm going to offer everyone here. Cain, I need to know what you're doing before I tell everyone.
Trade off.
Once I come to my senses, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, I've left Squeaks."
Do you
I'm gonna
you
start
run back?
booking it back to the ship.
Okay, you will run back, and as you run back, you will see that Anju has moved into somewhat of a stealth, but he's moving
I was
in
gonna-
the direction.
Go ahead.
Scout, as you come down, you will similarly see Anju and Cain moving in the direction as well, but he's seemingly gaining ground so that he can pick up his staff and squeaks. Do you explain to them that Sera is stuck, or what do you do here? Scout.
Me? Yeah. Scout will share all the information they have, and that the captain told them to buy him time.
Okay. We're going to resolve this when we come back from break. We're going to take our little fiver so everyone can run to do the bio, and when we come back, we have some things to figure out. If Sera meets an untimely demise, or if everyone else joins her.
We all knew Sera was a snack.
We'll be back in just a second, guys. Do what you got to do. We'll see you in a minute. All right, everybody, we've returned from a brief break. Our camera continues to turn in front of us as we fast forward just enough. Ivan, from your location, as you glance back to see where your peers are, you see that they have gained a lot of ground as this beast isn't exactly running. It's moving, it's quick because just of its sheer size, but it's not running by any means. It's young, the infant, is running to stay up in pace. And though you believe it's taken notice of your allies as well, it's exhibited no fear. Cain, Scout, and Anju. As you walk adjacent to it, probably 30 or 45 feet away, you have to move rather quickly to stay up in pace. But it's very hard to lose a house-sized animal as it moves through the forest. This will happen for probably 10 or so minutes before it moves into a clearing. Sera, from where you are, it starts to slow its pace.
What are you thinking, Anju?
Are we talking now?
Yeah, I mean, you guys
Oh,
could
sorry,
talk the entire time.
he said that there was 10 minutes we're walking, so I'm like, I can hear your thoughts, so I want to know. What
Oh,
you're
true.
thinking.
Anju is thinking, please don't let this thing kill Sera after everything we've been through. Good God, please don't let her die. And also, I'm wondering why it picked Sera and if there's any relevance to that. And also confused as to why they immediately ceased aggro. Like it was that thing looked right at us, and then once it had why isn't Sera dead already? Why did it pick Sera? Why did the baby and both of them completely stop caring about all of us when they got Sera? There's so many. Why the Paladin is kind of what he's thinking. And
Cain,
also, God, I hope she's not dead.
His mind is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
So
Does
there's my
Anju
thoughts.
say anything out loud? When he says, Anju, what are you thinking? Do you say all of that or something shorter?
Well, I think Cobalt was asking out of game just to read my thoughts. I think that we would.
Yeah,
I
wasn't
Anju
verbally
is
addressing
deadly,
him. I was just
deathly
reading
silent.
his thoughts.
Got it. Okay.
I feel like I can't help but read their thoughts. Is it a choice thing,
I
or
think
is
Scout
it just
will
like
say something if no one else
I
does.
just
If
hear
we're going
everybody.
for 10 minutes.
What does Scout say?
Real life Anju is being a bother.
So what is the plan? How will we get Sera?
Let's see where it takes them first, and maybe there will be an opening, but we can't make a move while she's in its maw.
Yeah, we just have to follow it.
And snap her like a twig. I don't know why it hasn't already.
We have to be quiet and careful. But
Also, Anju, what's the worst crime you've ever committed? Think hard about it.
can Anju be so criminally
perplexed.
hardened that like it doesn't even jump to mind. He's just like, what the fuck?
I think of all things, like, I don't even know if you would think of your crime. I think you'd be like, what a weird fucking thing to ask, right? Like, that is such a, in this situation.
Yeah.
'Cause he hasn't revealed that he can read your minds.
Right. But I like.
It could come in handy in our situation.
Why would you ask me that? What is your problem? What?
Just passing
Don't you-
the time. We've been
don't you-
walking for 5+ minutes now.
I would love it if the ratio of suspicious to non-suspicious activity that you did like would shift to like more than 50% non-suspicious. I would love that.
You want to know a secret?
What the fuck, man? Sure.
Affirmative.
Not you, Scout.
Why not?
Because then it wouldn't be a secret.
But if you tell me the secret, then it is a secret between me and you.
Exactly why I'm not telling you.
I do not understand.
Me either, Scout.
We love you, Scout. It's just, maybe you have a hard time keeping secrets sometimes. It's okay. It's fine.
Negative. I will only share things that I am told to share.
By whom?
I just want
By
to tell.
whomever.
I want to whisper one thing into Anju's ear, and then I'm not
Okay.
going to talk anymore while we follow him.
Okay.
I have to find it though.
Oh, great.
I want to try to listen.
Okay. All right.
Oh, are you gonna try to listen? Maybe
Yeah.
you shouldn't.
Hey, you can whisper extra quiet. I've got cat ears, so.
I'm gonna Discord it to you.
Of course he is. Scout, if you break 20 on a perception check, you're going to catch some details. If you break 25, you get absolute clarity in what he's whispering.
Oh boy. Okay. 33.
33.
Oh.
Should I just tell
Jesus.
everyone then?
33. Yeah, I mean, it's Anju, so you're telling Anju, but Scout's definitely going to hear it.
I'm telling Anju your secret
What's the secret?
about who your creator is.
Sarah and Ivan
Wow,
can't
just
hear it.
apropos of nothing.
Yeah, I don't want everybody. I just wanted
Just
Anju
DM
to
me
know.
what you say to him.
Yeah.
And the secret goes
So,
out. Yet Sarah...
For context, we know that Cobalt knows who.
Out of
Scout's
character. But not in
Out of character, we know that Cobalt knows that.
So it remains.
Do we reveal this to chat? And then now we know 2 people know, or do we not reveal it?
I don't
You
think
want me
you're...
to send it to you too, Maggie?
Yeah, you can DM it to me.
Scout's
Do you-
definitely going to hear it.
Does Maggie know already?
I mean, Maggie's aware, but I don't think Scout
Okay.
has as much clarity. But you can, I mean, maybe Maggie doesn't know.
I can't remember if chat knows the nature of the thing he knows, or if that was post game.
I've been itching to tell someone this since it entered my brain. And Anju, me and him have a
I
sense
did
of
not
a
know these
rapport
details.
because
we
he
do have a
knew that I
rapport.
was lying and he didn't tell on me.
Yeah,
So I know he can keep a secret.
it's part of my job.
I don't
And
know
he-
what Scout knows because the Scout situation's so weird. Like, Scout knows things, but then doesn't know them.
So Jim's friend in
Now
chat
Scout knows.
confirmed that chat already knows what this information is, but they don't know the fact. So, yeah, I just forgot if that was revealed to chat or not.
And I'm just gonna let that little mind bomb settle in on Anju and then just start walking and keep to myself.
Don't
Silence.
I don't.
Silence.
Is it in my requests?
Maybe.
Does Anju say anything?
He doesn't have the
Wow.
information yet.
We are now.
Oh.
messaged
Anju,
it to him.
Anju has accepted the wizard's friend request on Discord.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Ivan, as things begin to spin quickly and you realize that the clearing is quickly approaching, you find yourself in just that, an opening. As the creature begins to come to a halted stance, you can see that there has been some downed timber. and it's very clear that you have come to some form of a nest. Sera, you get one exasperated sigh from this creature as it begins to lower its head. It takes a single step forward and drops you into crushed and minced tinder from various trees and things that it's collected in the area. You look up at it, and it jostles its head upwards, almost in guidance, trying to force you along. And when you don't move, it uses its nose to push you. You hear...
I suppose I will comply. I have no choice. This thing will kill me.
When you spin around Sera, there is a third owlbear. It's another cub. But this one...
Dear.
This one doesn't look like the other. It's sick. It's very, very clear that it's ill. Malnourished. Its wings have started to lose color. Its face is sunk. Something's wrong.
This poor thing. You look like you need help. I
Its
look to
eyes
the
follow you, but it can't quite lift its head.
I see. You are in need of aid. I look to the mother and I look to the little creature. Perhaps I can help.
Cain, Anju, and Scout. You've seen this thing come to a halt. It stopped, but you cannot see exactly what it is. However, as you continue to move around, you can see that Sera is half standing in what looks to be a nest and is treating something just outside of your field of vision.
I see the silhouette of an owlbear before her, outlined in fairy fire.
You do. You see that it's lying down, very, very still. You know that it's alive only because the living is outlined with fairy fire. You see it attempt to move. Its muscles sort of jostle, but it can't draw strength. Ivan, what do you do here?
What am I doing?
Yeah, are you remained atop the owlbear's head? Do you move into the nest?
You climb into its ear and attack its brain from inside.
I feel like I would have gestured to the monkey, like hold, like chill out, like you just like imagine you just
Well,
like riding it like a
I think
horse
it's
casual.
aware of me, right? It just doesn't care.
It's aware of you, yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
So I
seem
mean, at
fair.
this point, I understand what's going on. Like I'm not gonna. I would say as it nuzzles or it nudges with its nose, I would probably hop off on the ground.
The younger of the two see you, the cub that initially was chasing you, and it lets out a scrawling squawk as it almost barks at you before it's knocked down by the head of its mother. It seems to like swing down at it. It recognizes that you and Sera are some sort of pair or allies, and the cub immediately retorts back to this almost calm-like state, hiding behind its limb. It's open.
So can I clearly see? You said I can't quite see what Sarah's doing. Can I like move over to get a good look at it? Or
Would you
does
like to?
somebody want to tell me? Yeah, I just want to know what's going on because
Sure.
I'm very curious as to why, and I want to make sure she's okay.
Scout,
What is the
Cain?
plan now that Sera is no longer in its maw?
I think it needed her for something, and it doesn't seem.
What would
doesn't
it need Sera for?
She's kneeling in front of one that's prone in front of her.
Perhaps
Healing?
it needs prayers.
I'm not sure if we should approach. We might be thought of as a threat.
Yeah, I feel like Anju would be kneeling, maybe like like on his knees, you know, just kind of not kneeling, but like standing with legs bent on his elbows on his knees, just
Sure.
kind of watching just in case something goes south. But it looks like, I mean, we can sense that we're not in danger. I mean, I just saw it fucking, so I think we just hold. I think we wait.
The
It looks
longer
like,
you,
I mean,
wait out
it's
there,
injured, right?
you can tell that the younger owlbear, the cub itself, seems to turn and it's looking at you and it's calling up to its mother before finally the mother's head turns and it looks in your destination before hitting with a growl. This one. And you see its eyes begin to form that same almost like oblating pattern that's shifting and it's ebbing and weaving between multiple colors. And I need Scout, Anju, and Cain to give me will saves.
Okie dokie.
I'm my best.
Okay. Up 13.
I can purposely fail a will save, right?
You just
No,
force
you
one
can't.
away.
You can't. Like it's
No?
it's a supernatural instinct. It's your survival instinct.
I'm like, do I want to re-roll this?
I don't know.
I'm gonna use one re-roll. Try
Go
to
for
get
it.
a little
Let's see what you
higher
got.
than a fort, because I haven't used any yet. Okay, well that's worse.
Always happens.
Maybe you might want to use another one.
Scout,
Yeah.
Anju, Cobalt. Despite your best efforts, despite your design for survival, you feel compelled to enter the clearing, to expose yourselves from the hidden locale that you believe yourselves safe to be in.
Hey, Scout will fly forward.
Yes, we're here.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, Anju, but it's almost like it's telling you. You don't speak owlbear, and it doesn't speak Anju, but you understood its command, and you must follow its order. As the three of you step into the clearing, the mother moves
Anju hates
probably
that.
20 or 30 feet away, and it lies down. It drops down, but its head never quite leaves where Sera is at. It's watching, its eyes moving with precision, diagnosing every move that you do.
Scout is gonna sneakily fly over to Sera then.
As you fly over, you see the same situation and scenario. Ivan is nearest as well. The three of you can determine that this creature is very, very ill.
Can I do like a heal check on it to
You-
see what's wrong with it?
You can try.
He said the
20.
thing.
28 is huge. Yeah, that's
Good God.
huge.
I am a heal bot.
As you begin to
Healing scout.
scan this creature, and you're looking for any sign. Maybe it got into something that had caused it to react this way. It's young, probably born roughly the same time as its sibling, though it's significantly more lively than this one. But from where you are, nothing immediately draws your attention to why it's sick until you instinctively check the mouth. Where many of the others have opened up and almost barked and croned at you at the same time, this one's mouth is lolled open and its tongue is darkened in black. Your immediate read is that it has ingested something that has caused this pallor, this sickness that washes over it, that is attempting to claim its life.
So this is why she brought you here. I think it has eaten something foul.
Yeah, we've got holy water.
Yeah, I realized that I could help it, but I'm basically tapped out of my like lay on hands and stuff. So Sera will do the only other thing that she thinks could help in this moment, and that's divine intervention. So, which she's just going to like get a little closer, cautiously closer to this baby, this creature that seems like it's in need of help. And she'll get, on her knee and kind of put her hand over her chest, lay her head down, and begin praying to Dol Ara and the sovereign host for healing. And she's just going to pray.
Sera, as you begin to read from your memory these experiences, these religious quotes, and draw back from the scripture that you've been taught from for years, decades even, you feel something. Two somethings. First and foremost, you begin to gain a reading. This owlbear has been cursed with an unholy affliction. And as that information is delivered to you, a snap, a severance. Your connection to Dol-Ra is no more.
Well, you're just a meat sack now.
The words of the scripture fall from your lips, and it feels vacant. It feels empty, and they carry no weight any longer. You have maintained your oath, but you have lost your way, Sera.
Sera just, like, kind of in a moment of, like, almost panic on her face and, like, disbelief.
Did it work?
What's Sera thinking right now? What's her inner dialogue looking like here?
I've lost the voice, the connection. Dol-Ra, where are you? Why do I not feel anything? And those are the things going through her mind right now.
I feel like this would be physically obvious, maybe.
Yes, also you do see her like almost like patting herself, like she's like trying to pull something out of like her chest or something. Like you could see there is a moment, you see it on her face, that moment of panic.
Got more bad news, Anju.
Something's wrong.
Ivan, can I get a perception from you? Cain,
Something's
a perception
wrong.
from you as well. Any luck rerolls for either of you?
I feel like I seen you pray before, and this was not what I saw.
I only got one.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
I got you. Cain,
Something's wrong.
you can hear all of this inner monologue as Sera begins to panic. That her reception, her connection to her god, has left her distraught. But more than that, you hear something 20 to 30 feet away. You'd heard this voice previously, but now it says,
Make better. Make better.
what would each of you hear?
We can.
Did it work?
No.
From your
No.
reaction, I am assuming it did not.
Scout, maybe you can help this creature. I don't think it's working right now. I think
Are
something's
you okay? Do you need...
something's
Ivan.
wrong.
I would like to heal check Sera.
Sure.
She's acting weird.
Yeah.
No, 13.
Can I
You-
cast Detect Magic?
Yeah,
And I
I'm gonna
will-
fulfill a couple of these things here. Scout, you can't immediately detect what's happened to Sera. However, Sera is what midst looks like the middle of a panic attack. It's anxiety
Yep.
induced. She's absolutely riddled with it, and she's beginning to panic. Ivan,
I don't understand panic attacks, but
As
I
you-
would like to heal the creature.
kind of move a little bit closer to the creature, and there's something that's off about it. It stinks. Not the kind of stink whereas in like you flung poo. There's some sort of affliction, a malice, and it lets off an odor that your senses are heightened to right now. Something that you weren't prepared to have. If you were in your half-elf form, you would not have picked this information up, but you can smell it. It's on its breath, and it's something that pervades the area. It lingers, and you're drawn to its scent.
Can I get closer, or does that feel like a dumb idea?
No, it doesn't seem like a dumb idea. You
We're pretty close to it.
are quite hesitant
Yeah.
to
I mean,
it
believe that this
literally
thing
brought us
even
closer
has
and then laid
energy
down.
to snap at you.
Yeah, but like I'm really tiny. Like I could
Sure.
get into its mouth.
Sure. Whatever it seems to have gotten into, it seems to be liquid. It is liquid of some sort. It's not splotchy on its tongue. It's not gummy in the nature of like some sort of plant. This is some sort of film-like residue that comes from fluid. It's drank something, and you're certain of that odor. Cain, you can detect magic, and it radiates with a divine aura.
Okay. I was gonna say, is there like any way that I would be able to intuit from just experience of, you know, I'm trying to figure out if Anju can figure out that it's unholy, but I guess somebody could just fucking tell me.
Somebody could explain that, yeah. Sera knows, and now Cain knows.
Scout thought that it was cursed, right?
Scout, yeah, it looks like some sort of affliction, some sort of internal affliction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Scout will go up to it and try to cure light wound.
I feel like I'm gonna run up to Sera and like kneel down and be like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with it? What happened? Something's not right.
Scout, you've bought it some time.
Nice.
Seems to be
It's like
inflicted
adding
with
up
some
weird.
divine magic.
Yes, Cain is correct. It is some sort of what was it? It was possessed by
it's unholy divinity. There's
yes.
something unholy that is about it, or at least
Yes.
opposite from your divinity.
Yes, it is afflicted with an unholy something unholy, and I want to help, but I something is wrong. I can't right now. So I don't know what to do. I just was praying, and I don't feel anything. I don't feel a connection to my God, so I don't think I can help it. And Sarah's like having like a mental breakdown right now.
Can I?
You're like crying and breathing heavily.
Can I, with this new information, look around me, a pan around me in 360 feet, and see if they're like what I'm trying to do here is if there's a source of liquid that this thing drank from, and it's cursed. I'm guessing that the other animals in the forest probably wouldn't be around that if they're getting sick from it. And if I can see all living creatures within 300 feet, is there any sort of area that looks like maybe less habitated, like less habitated?
Like it's being avoided.
It being avoided. Like, is there like a gap of like living things I can see in a certain area?
Sure.
Or...
I would say without reasonable doubt, you can find what you believe to be a source of water. Mostly because of your fairy fire that you're currently seeing. It does seemingly outline small fish. And you can see them sort of swimming against stream and then downstream as well rapidly. Because of the nature of the fairy fire effect, it is only outlining things that are alive. It's not telling you that things are sick, and it's not showing you things that are dead.
I'm looking for an absence of life.
That's not the case. That's the nature the nature of the area. Like most animals can't detect divinity.
And a water source.
You do. Ivan, similarly, Cain, you're gonna have this idea. Ivan, when you kind of pull back from that smell from its maw, you take in this deep scent around you, and you can smell it. You can this scent, this aroma that seemingly lingers. It's strongest on this creature, but you can sense that it's not far from you.
So I can go to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Ivan begins to move. In his howler monkey form, he begins to move in some control.
Does he think that? Does he think I can smell it?
Like the source? The source of it? Is that what we're talking about?
Does it seem like the direction he's moving is where I see the fishies?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna take one. We have a vial of holy water, and like my basic bitch brain. I'm like, well, if it's unholy, then I tried it once before and it didn't work. Might as well try again. So
not a bad idea.
So can I just like tilt the thing's head out? Like, is it gonna let me just feed it the holy water? Like, is that doable?
Is that what you? If that's what you want to do, then yeah, of course you can do that.
Yeah, that's. I'm just gonna use my very basic knowledge of 2 + 2 = 4, and then just try to do holy thing to the unholy thing. And
the moment you start to pour this down its mouth, you kind of like turn its head to the side to give it that natural like flow, right? The holy water, as it ripples over the tongue, you see it start to split that darkness, that unholy affliction over its tongue. It begins to ripple away, and you know that you're gonna need a lot more.
A lot more.
But it's working.
Yeah, so 3 times more probably is not enough.
It's a good start.
The holy water, I'll tell Sera, like, an attempt to just involve her in the situation, maybe get her mind off of it. The holy water's doing something. It's splitting the darkness, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. Should we just use all of it? We have 3. We have 3 vials. Like, if we can get it to swallow it, it can't hurt. It's definitely doing something.
Would I know if holy water, like, it's not gonna like kill it, right? 'Cause sometimes I know holy water is like can use to like repel things.
Sure.
So yeah, where does it go if it's repelling from inside?
Yeah. Like maybe
Is there? Can we roll to know if it should be internal or external?
Oops.
The 28 seems a lot better than the 14.
Twice.
We're
I would say
certainly not gonna,
I accidentally
we're not gonna have it.
clicked it twice.
You realize if this is some sort of affliction via divinity, and there is some sort of physical purge, it's going to go out of any exit that it can make. So it might be rather explosive via vomiting or diarrhea, but if that's to say that it's some sort of possession of sorts, it may just sort of crisp away internally, like the internals are begin to function again. Whatever the case may be, if this is working, you know you're going to need more.
I think we should just feed it all of it.
Yeah.
All of our holy water.
Yeah. I don't know if I need it. Like, I'll just hold its head back, and I'll just make sure that it swallows all 3 of the vials.
You do that. You do just that. And for the first time after you've dumped the 3rd vial in, you feel its arm sort of like lift up and react. And it tries to reach out and kick away, but it can't seem to do so. It's still exhausted from the nature of whatever's afflicting it.
We think we found the sauce over here.
Ivan, when you move, your snoot senses a downed creature. You see one that has died. Of lesser fortitude, it seems to be some sort of canine, like a coyote or something. May have been attacked, but it was downed here, and near it is a carrion beast. A vulture. Similar nature, probably 35, 40 feet away. It similarly began to wither and deteriorate rapidly.
So the coyote is the source?
You take another whiff, and you can smell it's even beyond that. And you'll see a trail every 30 or 45 feet, up to about 200 feet out before you find the flow of a river. It's not very far across, probably 25 or so feet across, but enough so that you can tell that this is the natural case and point for those creatures to drink from. And here as the smells were the strongest.
I'm assuming Cain's with me, so I'm going to motion to him.
Yes, I hear you.
Did I hear?
Is this? In the water!
I still have detect magic going. Now that I'm closer, does the river look tainted?
It does. It does something. Something is swimming inside of the water. It seems to spoil like oil in water itself. Or gasoline even. It's moving in its own design. It almost seems alive by the way that it moves.
Don't want to drink that, Ivan.
Did I hear Cain say that we think we found the source?
Yeah, you probably would.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna like put my hand on Sera's shoulder and be like, stay here with the cub. It's whatever you're going through, it's probably fine. It's probably just temporary. But stay here. Scout, you stay here. You can heal. But I'm gonna go and I'll get up and go investigate where they're talking about. And potentially take care of the coyote problem.
Did my heal even look like it did anything?
It bought some time.
Your cure light wounds, yeah, you feel as if it is bought it some time. There's a little more life in its eyes. You don't know how much time that is, or how close this creature is to death.
You know what? I'll leave. We have 3 potions of cure light wounds. I mean, I'll leave that with them, the healers currently.
Sera, Scout, Anju leaves these potions for you from the handy haversack. You also realize that there is not really a lot that you are capable of doing for this creature further. Just existing here isn't going to do anything for it, especially if you've continued to tap your magic out. Sera, you believe your magic is no longer with you anyway. Scout, I can't imagine you have too many more casts of Cure Light Wounds.
No, I have 1 more.
You also,
or I can cast it at 2nd level.
You also both realize that you are stronger as a squad. Now, whatever is upriver, well, maybe best to handle as a group, as opposed to splitting just because.
I don't think there's much else I can do for this creature.
Scout will
Yes.
pat it on its head.
I turn back to the mother with my hands kind of raised, like, we helped, assisted. Now it needs
Yeah.
to rest. And I like motion like rest to fully get better. And I like try to do some like motions
Sure.
of like communicating with like, we've helped.
Give me
Now it just needs rest.
give me handle animal.
Handle animal, baby.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
That's great. Actually, it's more than what you needed, which is fantastic. It gets the gist of what you're trying to explain. It moves up just beyond the area of the nest, and it stretches its arm out and tries to touch its own cub. It draws it a few times before ushering for it to move, and then looks at you. And for the first time, Sera, you believe that there is some hope in its eyes as it watches. It calls to you, again, in the same way that it has. And you feel there is some gratitude there, but it's more than that. You don't think it's done. You certainly know it's not healed. And I need a will save.
From both of us, I'm guessing.
Nope, just Sera.
Oh.
Sera, you feel compelled to come back soon. You've never experienced this before. No mundane or even non-magical creature has ever issued a dominate that has forced you to do things like this before. This creature's outside of most textbooks. It's something you certainly didn't learn about when you were in school for divinity. But here you stand, and you feel compelled to return.
Don't worry, Tracy's familiar with Dominate.
True. I think we need to stay here and make sure the creature is fully healed. At least I can stay here. If I don't,
Like-
this thing is going to rip my head off.
I mean, I feel like Anju would. There's nothing more. I mean, there's nothing more we can do for it.
Sera, you do believe
You were compelled
what-
to come back soon.
Correct.
Right?
It's
Compelled-
not
you
not
can't
to
leave.
stay. It compelled you
Okay.
to come back, like as in
Like, don't
whatever you're about
leave.
to see through. It ushered you to come
Yes.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am going to need to make sure that this thing is fully healed. So perhaps we go rest somewhere. And tomorrow I will come back and check on the creature. We're all
Yeah, don't-
pretty beat anyway.
Do we
And we
have
don't-
time to rest? Is there any way for us to intuit that?
I mean, we don't really have
Sure.
anywhere else to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to rest. I just don't know how long the cub's gonna last. Do we have a feel for how much time we bought?
No.
I hate this game.
So what is the plan now?
Over
good
here, we
question.
found something.
Cain calls out.
It appears Cain has found something.
I found it, you idiot! Now together, I can see the fish.
Let's
I can see everything.
So we'll head over.
It's like
Yeah,
a
let's-
fucking
let's-
light
let's-
show.
let's rejoin with our genius party mates.
We need to get you back into that frog form soon, Ivan. I quite like the effect of your goo.
The three of you reconvene.
Phrasing.
Three of you reconvene with Ivan and Cain. They're standing at the riverside.
What did you find?
Dig in the water!
This entire river seems to be flowing with some sort of magical affliction. Most likely, since the flow is going that way, then most likely whatever is penetrating the river is coming from this way, the opposite direction.
Should we go to wherever it is the source is?
Ivan seems to have a nose for it, and I can see the critters going up, so maybe if we follow the river, we'll happen upon whatever has caused this.
Affirmative.
Scout will begin following the river.
Yeah.
Ivan, do you lead?
Anju.
Sure. If the scent is true going that way, I'm down.
You'll travel
Anju will-
for a few hundred feet before the terrain becomes a bit rocky. It stops being immediate flatlands and begins moving into a shifting hill and some natural, like, rocky build to it. As the biome begins to shift, it still does remain a forest, but things around you start to look a little strange. The ground is littered with, well, it's human-made objects.
Like tools?
Tools, crates that have been destructed or dashed.
It'd be out here in the middle of nowhere like this.
Where are they now?
Well, there is an owlbear nearby, the size of a house.
Oh god, yeah.
That would get me to move out for sure.
This can explain why it's so big. Weird things happening in the area.
Ivan says he agrees.
What? What do you mean Ivan says?
Ivan thinks he agrees.
Perceptions,
Again,
please.
question
what I,
me,
what I was
boy.
saying earlier about the ratio of suspicious to normal, this is what I'm talking about.
You understand what Ivan is saying? That is
I
amazing.
understand everything.
Anju
I
doesn't even
see
consider that a
everything.
possibility.
I hear everything. I
Keep
am
forgetting to roll
everything.
with the hawk roll.
Perception, please, from Cain.
Well, last reroll. Let's go.
Nice. Cain and Scout, after moments of walking through this, things start to become a bit more clear. The crates themselves are mostly destructed, but you do happen to make out some letters on one of them in particular. It says L-A-S. A Larinder airship.
Appears to
This
be
isn't
like,
the first ship that has gone down here.
That is correct.
odd.
It appears there's been more.
When you begin sifting through the belongings of whatever was here at this time, it's drugs.
Can I get in here with like a little knowledge local or something as a smuggler?
Same.
Can I glean any information off? If it's illegal shit, like I got.
Sure. Yeah, of course. I mean, this
I'm
is
just
based off
like,
of your
I've
own
dealt with
personal
some drugs
recollection. Yeah, you
before.
both can make this if you'd like to.
Can I rub some on the top of my gum? I'm just
Oh no.
Yeah. Granting some experience in this, it's some of the basic stuff. It's called golden wheat, and it's been packaged for quick move. This is
Golden what?
golden wheat.
Golden wheat.
Yes. It's not hallucinogenic. It's basically a downer. It's the equivalent of like marijuana.
So this is like basic stuff. Like this is relatively common.
It's relatively common, but it's not moved in this large of an amount.
Yeah,
And
like
to
this
be
was
on
a big.
a Larinder airship, there is a reason. There is a reason that this was probably dropped.
Anju, get the bag of holding out. We need to take some of this and test it later for
What's it called? Golden wheat.
inconsistencies.
Golden wheat.
Tell him I
yes.
agree.
This is golden wheat. It's
Ivan
nothing too
emphatically
crazy. But
agrees.
why is there such a huge quantity on a supposedly legitimate airship? This was an operation that maybe they got shot down. Maybe they were pirates.
Give me that knowledge local again. It's not unrealistic based on, I mean, in drug running, it's not unrealistic to believe that the moment you could potentially get caught, you dump contraband. And in an
Yeah, that
airship,
could-
Question.
Does it look like the golden
What's up?
wheat is polluting the river?
it does not appear that way. No. What's your question?
Yeah,
That's
I was
But
gonna
does it
say
look
that
like it's
I would feel like I would know a lot about basic drugs as a college kid.
Sure.
Um,
yeah.
that if this is similar to weed in our verse, it doesn't really hurt animals.
Correct. It will not hurt animals.
Yeah.
However, what
So-
you uncover around this, paired alongside the contraband, there's been explosives.
So these look like does it look like they fell from a great height? Does it look
Yes.
like it might have been dumped? Okay, so like they probably had to dump their cargo so they didn't get caught by authorities. They're probably being boarded. Can I like how long has it been? I don't know. I'm trying.
Is it in pieces?
Is what? The
Isn't
crate?
LAS like owned by the king though?
Yes, it is.
Like that's their king's
Right.
fleets of ships.
Like,
Yes, it
is there
is.
Why are
any
they
evidence of?
smuggling drugs?
Is it just
Right.
the drugs, or is there any evidence of ship?
There is no evidence of ship.
Okay,
Okay,
so it
so-
is clear that they just dump shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff was thrown
But it's
overboard.
clear that they came from. They were on like an LAS.
Yeah,
crate,
and the
ship
fact that they have
crate.
the official logo on is like, I mean,
Major flags.
I don't know if Anju is surprised to find out that the king is officially transporting illegal drugs, but everyone else might find it a little weird.
Oh yeah.
Put
it's definitely
this
strange.
put this broken logo in the bag along with some evidence as well.
New perceptions, please, from everyone.
I mean, I really need that in my new abilities. Wow.
Definitely
okay, huge. Yeah.
re-roll in there.
If
Why
you
would I?
if you broke 25, you are able to find that at the riverside, the water itself, it seems to be very quickly it's thinning out, but as it trails just a little further up the river, it seems to twist in some rocks, and it looks like the river itself is coming out of some sort of polluted, almost like minor delta, where it's bleeding into the river and diluting quickly. It's some dark red substance, not far
Can I
from
fly
here.
over there to look at it?
Yeah. When you fly over, you can see that there are a couple of crates that have fallen, and one of which is an unexploded munitions crate, but adjacent to it, one has exploded, and it's opened up something in a hill, in a knoll, and that knoll is bleeding into the river.
Is there a way for me to like beaver it up, make a dam in that space? Are there things like trees or branches or
It would take you some time to do so, but you probably could. Anju, you similarly will find this. As the rest of you sort of look around, you can piece together that this isn't the first time that something has been dumped here. Many of the boxes that have been dropped in this area are of a varying age of decay. So this is a deliberate location for drop.
Yeah, maybe this is where they. Maybe
someone else
this is
comes
where-
and picks it up?
Yeah, it's this is where maybe they're disposing of contraband that's been confiscated.
But you both find it incredibly weird that the hill is bleeding into the river. The earth doesn't bleed.
Yeah.
Let's keep
What's
following the
the-
trail and find the source.
I mean,
It's-
didn't we just find the source? I
We
think
just
it's right
found
here.
it. Yeah, it's in this hill.
Ivan, it is
and
the
there's
most
like
pungent. Your senses draw you here immediately.
This one crate.
This
You
it's
said
not
it
even
was
a crate,
coming from a
it's-
delta though
It's
above, right?
correct. It's
That's
the
where
hill
we went
itself has
to.
risen to a delta, and it's bleeding out from where it looks like an explosive had fallen.
Can we see what is bleeding into the earth to make it do that? Like, what is
it's like a exploded crate,
Do you-
right? Like it has like some kind of a.
No, the crate it's not. Do you feel the liquid? Do you
the-
taste it or
what
smell
is-
it?
The crate created an explosion that
Correct.
then let out something from the earth that is evil.
Correct.
It's like a. Okay, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to hold my breath and put my head in the hole.
Could I do knowledge geography to help locate what is under the ground or the topography of the land?
Nothing
or-
here. Like it just looks like this is by design. This looks like this is supposed to be part of the forest, natural in its make. Ivan, you thrust your head into this.
Into the
it-
hole, yeah. There's like a small hole that's coming out of it.
Yeah. And when you kind of thrust your head in there, your chin dips into this fluid as you look in, and the fluid itself is warm. But when you glance inside, your vision is met with darkness before they adjust, and light comes beyond a crack in a brick wall.
There's a brick
wall in here.
What?
Wait, are there you said there are explosives outside on the ground next to the golden wheel.
There is one, yes.
And one of them blew up and
Right.
blew up.
It cracked open this wall, basically. Something's seeping out of this wall.
Yes.
Well, we don't know that there's a wall because all we hear is Howler Monkey.
Yes.
Oh.
Ivan's found something. He's found a crack in the wall.
No, it is a brick wall.
He says that it's a brick wall.
Perhaps they were trying to keep something in, and now it
We
is
could
coming
blow
out.
it up.
No, I do not think we want it to come out. Whatever
I
it is polluting the water.
I think we need to
It might
patch it
seal
up.
it.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we need to
I
seal
agree
it.
with Anju.
I think
we must seal
I
it.
think
We patch
there's
it with explosives.
some kind of unholy mausoleum that has been unearthed.
I don't see any mausoleum.
Do you pull your head from the hole to get more
I
explanation?
assume I'm running out of breath.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you pull your head from the hole, his chin is dripping with this red fluid, and it seems to bead before it falls in a long, languid line akin to that of blood. Sera,
That looks like blood to me.
I need you. Sera, I need you to give me a will save.
Oh boy.
Holy shit! Is there a god in the wall bleeding?
You're just out of
Sarah.
service range right now. You're in a blackout
Yeah.
zone currently.
You're granted.
Maybe your
seems
god
like-
got stabbed and was like, I can't help you anymore.
You're granted a
I'm
vision
bleeding.
of the sovereigns, the sovereign host. You feel the kinship to your god. Something about this calls to a part of you. It's an echo of remembrance. This could be a test.
We need to fix this.
Wait,
mean,
do we
yeah.
widen the hole or do we close the hole?
We closed the hole. The hole is poisoning the river.
Yes.
river-
Well,
I immediately start looking for where I walk toward where Ivan is and see if I can find a spot that looks like it's a weak point in the wall or an opening or somewhere where we can patch it closed.
Sure.
Ivan,
You sort of look at the spot where Ivan's kind of thrust his head inside, and you know more than anyone else at this point where anything related to your gods lie. Could be a hidden cache, it may be something related to the sovereign hosts themselves, but whatever the case is, now that this is opened, there's no immediate sealing. You need to purge it.
We need to stop it completely.
Ow.
if Ivan said there's a brick wall, there's an
Also-
assumption that there's a man-made structure.
If we go past the wall, perhaps the source is there and we stop it completely. We end whatever is starting this. They
Then
clearly
we want
did.
to use the explosives to open the wall?
Let's open the wall. They clearly did a poor job at trying to stop whatever vile evil is here. We need to be the ones to stop it.
Should
Let's
we
break
not
open the
rest
wall.
Before? You don't look
Perhaps.
well, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah's looking rough.
We sure you
No,
want to
we-
go on
we-
an adventure with no weapons or armor or shield?
We cannot
or
rest. We need to
magic
move
or-
forward.
This is the first time the four of you have seen Sera so incredibly driven for anything short of love.
She goes over to the explosives.
Hey, buddy. Hey, whoa. Let's just talk about this. You're going through a lot right now. What?
We
I
need
mean,
we need to stop this immediately.
Why? Why is it so immediately urgent?
Because
suddenly.
I feel compelled to from the gods.
Okay.
This is a trial of sorts, and I feel so strongly about this that we need to stop it.
I'm willing to help you, Sarah, but I have one question before I do this. So,
Yes.
if it came down to us dying or Hal, who would you save?
I do not like these trolley problem questions.
Think hard about it.
I feel like it's not really a trolley problem. It's more of a just like a regular
If one
problem.
person, Hal, is dying versus 4 people, who would I save?
Yes.
I'm just saying it's not really about the number of people, you know?
Let's say that all of us were tied to a train track and you could divert it with a lever and it would hit Hal.
I do not. These types of questions, there's no right answer. It is
That's
whatever.
a convenient.
I'm going to
Cop
risk
out.
my life for you.
I
like
would
to know you would do the
sacrifice
same.
myself. I would take the place of all 5 of you, if need be, in order to have nobody die. How about that?
How noble.
Is that
Now
what she's-
let
is
me
that-
break open this wall. And Sarah's gonna
Mr.
Strength check.
Gorbachev,
Strength check, please.
tear down this wall.
All right. I'll put some explosives in my pocket.
Okay.
I
Hey,
Very good.
luck.
Sarah single-handedly starts to shift the immense crate over to the wall, where it's already somewhat destructed, where the fluid is freely flowing.
I pick up a single stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
Monkey
go.
with dynamite is horrifying. What do you do with it? I'm curious.
I'm gonna take
Oh, over like one stick over my head.
I'm gonna take
Just running.
a few steps back is what I'm gonna grab.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
grab a little bit of distance.
Ivan, feel free to
'Cause it
add that to
feels
the
like-
character sheet.
Yeah.
No, I put it over at the wall. to
Okay,
blow it
gotcha.
up.
You got it. You placed it to the wall. How are you
Can I
igniting
take
this?
one?
If you want to, sure.
Okay, I'll
We've
take one.
got
I'll just,
flint
I'll just
I
roll
also
it.
we've got-
took one.
We've
Before
got
we go
flint and
in.
steel. How about a
I
fire
mean,
arrow?
whatever's on the inside, we
Fire
might
arrow would
want to
probably
use
work.
it on.
Yeah,
A fire arrow sounds fun and from far away.
yeah, probably not a bad call.
So can I get a clean shot at it?
Of course,
I mean, I got flint and steel. I got arrows, bolts. I got
you take your time with this.
Torches.
You time your shot. You make sure to soak this and light it. If everybody's okay with it, you can take your shot.
if everybody agrees and we all get a I want everybody to get a good distance because I can shoot this from pretty fucking far
Okay,
away.
I'll fly way back. I'll fly onto Anju's shoulder.
And Anju's gonna, in the pit of his stomach, from the pit of his stomach, a guttural admission of fear. I cannot believe I'm about to do this.
Of course.
You're about to unseal whatever evil they bricked up behind that for us to deal with, Anju. No pressure.
I'm pretty bricked up about this explosion right now.
Ivan's bricked the fuck up.
He's as Anju's drawing his arrow, and he's
I'm thinking it. I'm not trying to say it.
as the bow is fully taut and he's about to release it. He's gonna look over at Sera and be like, "Are you sure? Are you really sure?"
I am determined, beyond belief, Anju, to do this.
And after a short pause, he'll say, "I trust you," and take the shot.
You release,
Oh,
and after your arrow hits, it's seconds. 2, 3, then 4, and 5, before you feel almost as if it wasn't working, before there is the ignition, the explosion. And then I need reflexes from everyone.
But we're far away.
You're far away, but this is a lot of explosives, and it's sending stone.
Well, I've got my cat thing. That's good.
It's not particular. It's not a difficult
God.
save. Sarah succeeds. Ivan
Yay.
succeeds. Cobalt, Anju, everyone succeeds. This is perfect. As you succeed in the necessary dodging, you dip out of the way of any soaring stones that was sent overhead, some of the rocks that seem to fall from above. Scout will also succeed. It is clear that it has rended open the earth, creating an opening, a fault in whatever structure lie hidden and dormant. What now?
This is way above our pay grade. Anju says.
Are there like
I'm-
steps?
There are no
I
steps.
move forward.
There is light, however. Sarah moves without trepidation, almost hastened.
Maybe you should let Anju go first, Sarah. You're practically defenseless.
You're very squishy, remember?
I move
That's gonna
forward.
switch
I have-
to a
Okay.
stealthy
All
form.
right.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna at least follow alongside.
And I will follow, or I will try to go ahead. But if Sera wants to be first, she could be first.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're gonna be able to fight her on this one.
Okay. Sera.
I think it's cheetah form for me.
As you
know what, chat? Fuck the captain.
As you begin to lead, you find your way across that open expanse, across the rolling bit of stony hill. You can see that the bleed coming from the room has widened, but it does seem to bottleneck off before it hits the river again. But you find light past the smoke. It's a small hall that seems to lead into a room. Its own bottleneck. This room. Sera and the others. The room itself offers vagaries to your senses, where water flows from a burnt brazier in the center. It offers no sound. The 4 pillars that support this now forgotten chamber seem to break in their center, bearing a flame that burns silently, yet never ceases to wane, despite being fed by nothing. It begs to question the creation. How does this room stand with its uncertain engineering? Yet your attention is quickly drawn to the oversized brazier in the center of the room. Its copper rim charred from decades of use without cleaning or repair, but what surprises you most is the nature of what it burns. Where the fire burns out and peters, it bleeds into a liquid that freely flows from a spouted crack in the brazier's side. Flames encircling the brazier bowl in a way that feels sort of like a fountain. An offering, but to whom? But what rests in the center is where your confusion is the most profound. It is the heaviest. 2 figures, intertwined in a passion best described by tellers of tales for the loneliest of maidens. It's uncanny to process. 2 devilish creatures stuck in time, bound to this very offering, their wings stretched for flight, yet they remain flightless, their eyes filled with passionate rage, yet never blinking. Where their middles meet, a writhing of serpents spin eternal. Driven through both stands a single blade, forever anchoring them to this location.
Sword and a stone?
Do they look like stone, or like they're actually like devilish creatures that are
They
preserved?
They look like marble.
But it's bleeding.
But it's bleeding. Cain, to you, they are lit in fairy fire.
Stay alive.
Can I get perceptions, please, from everyone?
No, I'm not gonna reroll that. Easy, not one.
Jesus. Sorry,
Sera.
I haven't used my rolls, folks.
I'm
Sera,
gonna reroll mine.
Anju, and Scout. There is a certain peculiarity of these devils intertwined. They're beautiful, in the sense that whomever carved them had such a great capability. However, after focusing, you notice the veins of the dominator of the 2. The veins in their wings are pulsating to that of a heartbeat. The 3 of you no longer believe this is no mere statue. You believe that this one, or maybe even both of them, are still alive.
With a
Whatever
sword
they
through
are,
'em.
they're alive.
They've been turned this way.
Their blood is poisoning the river.
Yep.
And
I feel like maybe we just like walked in on something and we, that this feels rude.
Well, already
On
the
second
dynamite.
thought.
I
Sorry.
look to the sword that is essentially like in them,
Yes.
Yeah, like through both of them.
piercing them.
Yes.
I think perhaps
See
Sera-
a beautiful greatsword of
He's
peerless
gonna King
make.
Arthur.
How
pull
are they
that shit out.
positioned?
They are positioned
Like-
in standing coitus. He is
Oh, they're
over the
fucking
top of
banging.
her,
They're fucking.
Sarah is down a sword.
and she is
That's
sort
what I was
of
gonna say. You
leaned back, her arms falling in standing coitus.
I think somebody didn't finish the job with this blade.
They appear to be lovers.
The great sword
Perhaps.
itself, again of peerless make, you glance over it, and it still shimmers despite its age. No matter how long it appears to have been here, it's something
Maybe-
about it still feels fresh.
I mean, maybe there's a third member of, maybe there's a victim of adultery that wanted to torture them this way. Maybe this was
You're
all
the
by
expert
design.
on love, Sarah.
Yeah, what kind of vibe are you getting from this room?
Actually, yes. The two individuals, do I detect this as a genuine love? Is it lust? Is it pure?
Is it
Or is it-
forbidden?
Or is it of unpure nature? And I'm talking like there's something demonic about it or something. What do I sense from
I mean,
this?
they're cursing. Their blood's cursing. the river,
You
so I don't
sense
know.
absolute carnal lust. You don't necessarily know if this is out of love, but if it was out of love, I certainly would believe two lovers wouldn't want a sword thrust through them.
Yeah.
Is there any like writing around the room or a message that maybe somebody left behind?
Can I detect
or
magic?
Oh,
A
this place.
warning.
As quickly as you turn on detect magic, you have to turn it right back off. It is like you've been flashbanged.
Okay.
I'm just vomiting right now.
To say it's
Does it
magical
not
would
tell
be an
you what
understatement.
type of magic?
Do you want to stay in this and focus on it?
I'm just trying to see what kind of information it does give you. God, why do these descriptions have to be so long?
If you focus on it for a number of rounds, you can gain information on it based upon schools and what have you.
Can I try? Oh yeah, each round you turn, it gets stronger, I see.
If you'd like to continue focusing on this to gain information about it, you can scout, but at a cost.
Okay. What's the cost?
The cost is the loss of your vision for an amount of time undetermined.
Undetermined?
Okay. I think that's fine for now, while the rest of them sort things out. I can still hear though, right?
You'll still be able to hear, that is correct.
Okay.
Bub, earlier when I was talking about the ratio of suspicious to not suspicious behavior, I feel like that's extending to you now.
I said yay or nay.
I hate
you
this-
get the option.
I thought we were friends and I hate this game.
I cannot see for a moment. If there's something I need to be made aware of, please let me know.
I'll watch your back.
Scout. As you begin
Watch
to
it
focus on
closely.
this, and the magic begins to radiate and glow immensely, moments after you figure out the schools that the series of magic is from, your vision blanks out. The light of Scout's eyes diminishes to nothing, almost as if Scout has been powered off. You can still move, but it has been too much. It is a sensory overload, and you lose vision. For that time, undetermined.
I'm gonna kneel in front of Scout, like in between the sex statue, the living sex statue, and just kind of keep an eye on them.
Scout, what you gain are multiple difficult layers of magic here that runic weave into such a way that they seamlessly blend convocation with divine, with enchantment.
I'll share this information with the rest of the group. I mean, the only reason why I'm doing it is because Sera looked like she was really trying to figure out what it is.
So it's like
You could really use a
layers
sword, Sarah.
magic. Yes.
Can I tell where like the divine elements are coming from versus this enchantment?
You can, in
and
fact. You
evocation?
gain the sense of divine from both of the figures. and from the sword. You gain the enchantment from the sword.
We'll share that.
So somebody
Energy.
cursed the sword. Something like that.
There's
Let's come
still,
out.
Sera,
still divine energy.
you wanted to make your way
Yes.
to the statues.
I do proceed forward and close enough within a close distance of the statue and the blade.
How far will you move to this? Because in order to get to it, you would have to sort of step into the fire.
What's the
I
deal
would
with
go.
the Feyfire?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? Only Cain can see it?
Only Cain can see the Feyfire, and it's basically just an outline of all living creatures. The
I
fire
would
that's
walk
here
through it.
is
there's a different fire.
correct. It is the runoff of their blood is emitting flame when it hits the brazier that's building a bowl around it.
Yeah, the brazier has like a light.
Is it
fire.
like tall? Like if it's like a little bit of fire, like I would walk over it, or like if it's like a huge flame wall.
It's
that might
not
be
an
a little-
enormous. It's not an enormous flame wall, but it's probably about 2 feet tall.
I feel like I'm way. I feel like Anju would offer to do this. Like I can jump. I got acrobatics. I got fucking sleight of hand. I could like jump over this flame. I could potentially remove the blade in a way that's maybe less disruptive. I don't know.
Sarah walks through the fire.
Sarah, as
Sarah's
you-
not listening.
The moment you grab onto the copper rim of the brazier itself, the statue begins to animate. And the woman looks over to you, her eyes fluttering. She says, "You see something you like."
I see something that needs to be purged.
Sera.
The other turns to you, its eyes looking you up and down.
I see something I like.
Sera.
This is unholy and corrupt, and will be dealt with.
Say
Well,
it
let's-
slower.
Let's not be too judgmental.
I see what you have done to this place. It is nothing but corruption and despair, and it needs to be dealt with.
You think this is our doing? No. I'm afraid not. We've been here for a long time.
It's true. Perhaps you do us a favor and pull this pick from our backs.
Sera.
I do not trust what you say.
Oh, that makes you smart.
Smart indeed.
I look to the others. They want me to pull this blade from them.
Well, they can hear us, beautiful.
Oh.
They're quite
Hey.
charming.
To be fair, she might not know.
And
I
what
will-
happens after?
I will
It will
undo my detect magic.
awaken their It probably will free them from this. They are bound.
It's true.
I want to know what their answer to that question. What
Can
do
we sense
what
their
do we
motive?
gain?
How do we clean the river?
Yeah,
we
of
keep
course.
the sword?
You can ask questions. Please, one at a time, because I'm only one person. Even if you are in monkey form, they can still hear and understand you. Because welcome to demons.
You
They
are
sense their
currently
motive.
2 demons
Sure.
and a room, bub.
What exactly are you trying to determine? If they're lying or if they're trying to... What would you like with sense motive here?
Yeah, are they trying to corrupt Maggie? Or Sera? Sorry.
Sarah.
No, it doesn't immediately look like they're trying to corrupt Sarah. Based on the conversation thus far, your honest read is they want this sword out of them.
Can we try? Can I try to strike a deal? Like, promise us that, you know.
Like, you want anything? You want to strike a deal with some devils?
You said deal, and Bub, the smirk on Bub's face.
Would you like to make a deal with the devil?
I don't think so.
No, Anju, no. We will not
What?
be negotiating with these.
Oh, come on now. There's something you must wish to know.
Yeah, are they devils or demons? Because
Who
they don't
did this
like
to you?
be called each other.
That's true.
Oh,
There's
it
the
was Whom was it again, darling?
The church.
Church?
They called us. They needed this.
As she seems to pour hands over her own body, draping her fingers down her breast and stomach before stopping at the function of their coitus.
They
The
desired
church.
this.
What church do you speak of?
Let's just say yours. What, you don't
They-
recognize the blade? Go ahead. Stare at me from the back. You might like what you see.
The blade.
The blade itself is a blade of... it's an older emblem, but it's a blade of the Sovereign Host. You recognize something about it. But it's different, Sera. The design itself is just different enough to let you know that something's off.
I don't know what to do. So I feel like if I pull this blade out, it's going to set them free, which is bad. But I also wonder, like, if they'll be here and we could just take them out, like, so it'll like free them temporarily, but then I use the blade to finish the job, kind of thing. That's what is going. Like, that's the
Why
plan.
don't we
That's
just
what's going
finish
through
them
your
while
mind,
they're
Sera.
stabbed?
The great thing is the moment that you're having these thoughts, she says to you,
Oh, you can try. We've been trying to finish for a long time.
How many of these sexual jokes are you going to make, you one-track mind devils?
It's in our nature. Just as it is yours.
It's true. How is
Mine.
Hal doing?
Mine is of pure intent.
Oh, of course it is.
He's
It's
an
been
assassin.
so pure.
Under his breath, you can do better.
Listen. Let's make a deal. If you pull this blade from my back,
I'll let you see Hal anytime you wish.
No.
you took the words
This is
out of
why
my
I asked
mouth.
her.
This is how you nearly got me killed. These are the predilections we were talking about.
You can see your beautiful Hal anytime you desire.
How about we guarantee that the river is uncursed and our safe passage
She-
out of here?
draws a single finger up, and she says,
Cross my heart.
And hope to die.
Ha ha ha.
I failed my sense motive. I got a now
I'm
one.
gonna go out on a limb and say we can't trust these folks.
Scout thinks we can.
Good job.
I
just want to shoot him.
Or
I
is
do-
anyone
I don't know
else
what happened.
interested in learning some things? We have knowledge eternal. It comes
I
from a
love
different
knowledge.
place.
I mean, listen, the wizard's already pretty fucked up. Like,
I'm
what's
making
another?
my fingers twitch.
What's another curse? If
What
I mean,
do
you
you have
still
to lose, Sera?
creepy hand,
no. I
Sarah.
cannot
You've
do
already
this.
felt what it feels to fall from grace. You don't want to actually make it permanent.
It's true, my dear. Her divinity's lost. Don't you think it would make your god happy to pull his plunger from my back? You can cut me down right here. Or you can achieve such sights as finding your way to your beloved.
And we'll leave. We'll go home.
Do I know where their
Bullshit.
home is? Would I know that?
"Do you?"
I have knowledge planes.
Give me knowledge
Are they from a
planes.
different plane? Are they from a different plane?
Yeah, they're infernal creatures.
Oh, okay, so they're like from hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come now. You wish to be home and in your arms, beloved, as well. I wish to be in mine and my home. It's been so long.
Too long.
Your god did abandon you, Sera.
It's unfortunate, but what a way to find
You're not helping.
in his good graces.
I like them. They have
Of course you
knowledge,
fucking
Anju.
We like you too, Cain Carpenter. But this is only for Sera.
Unfortunately, I'm a little bit busy with my own.
You see, we understand. The sacrifices one must make for love.
Nothing about love.
What is an arc? It is this pose. We understand carnal lust.
It's oftentimes too much for mortal eyes.
What of this river that you've corrupted?
It's not of our own make.
No, it's our blood.
If you leave this place, will this river, if this blade is removed from your back, will this river become clean again?
I believe it may, as I'll no longer bleed.
And without our blood, the sickness will leave. Two birds with one stone.
What a beautiful offer.
It's of the owlbear that's already imbibed the blood.
What of it?
Will it die or will it become better?
If you waste so much more time. But with your newfound abilities, perhaps you too can offer some divine grace to your pet.
But arguing. The longer they wait, the closer they march to death's door. Go on. Wrap your two hands around its hilt and jerk slowly.
I can't wait for this.
Where is Sera at right now?
Oh, God. Sera doesn't think.
Bottom text. You just ruined. You just.
Period. Oh no, my internet's being a little funky right now. Sorry, everybody. But Sera, if Sera does this, she is only doing this for helping the people of this area.
Sera, give me a knowledge religion. You may have lost divinity with your god, but you still understand.
Maybe they're not lying.
It's difficult. Yo, thanks Anonymous for the 50 bones. I appreciate that.
Ooh.
Sera,
Ooh.
you may have never experienced what it means to create some sort of legal binding with a demon or a devil. But you know that you can wrap them up. You got to be explicit about your words.
Oh God. My least favorite thing to do is make contracts and deals because I am so bad at this. All right, who do I think is the best deal maker of the group? Perhaps Anju.
Are you kidding? Cain has literally extorted half of you.
Cain.
Sure.
All right.
You'd like me
When
to write
Ivan
the
could talk.
contract? I'm skilled at calligraphy and scribing.
Ivan and Anju are both excellent at it, but they're also like they clearly probably wouldn't be making this deal right now unless it was something tailored to them.
I'm gonna be real. The vibe's all off.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case.
I mean, maybe the guy who's already basically fucking undead or whatever.
There are powerful benefits to giving in to creatures of other
Yeah, and
worlds.
we love our little guinea pig.
If it makes you feel any better, if you decide that you wish to leave us here, our blood will flow freely into the drink. And I promise. And my dear and I will leave. We'll return home. It's been some years.
This is not about me and my carnal wants. This is about helping people.
And would you
I
not
They're
take
not
this-
people, they're
anyone?
owlbears.
I remove this blade. You rid yourself of this plane of existence.
And seal it, Sera.
You didn't express a specific amount of time.
Seal it with a kiss.
They could
Maybe we
leave for
should-
2 minutes and come right back if they
Maybe we should,
take
like-
that deal.
Get the contract a couple more drafts. Some fine print, maybe. Cain, you want to help? You want to set some terms?
I'm trying to give legal advice here.
I'm like still kneeling in front of Scout with like my bow
Scout has turned it
at
off
my
now.
side.
You're good.
Also,
I don't know
Ivan
my
is the
lights
best
have-
I mean, I have no
boxer.
reason to move.
Sarah, they are discussing means and angles, but it doesn't change the offer that's in front of you. You immediately have a lot to gain, and when it comes to things to lose, it's looking very slim.
Sarah's just gonna do it. The legal advice aside, she doesn't think that way. She has low wisdom for a reason.
We're not gonna change the timeline.
She like, this is in her character. Like, she's not thinking. She just acts.
You got it.
So
Who are
that's
you making out with?
That's who she is. Oh, right. She goes to wield the blade, and as she does, she leans in to kiss the one that, honestly, both of them.
You got it.
Let's go.
You kiss
By
both,
icon.
and as you pull the sword from their back, their copulation, their lust comes to a ceasing halt as their bodies pry away from each other. And they stretch out for the first time, and you have no idea how many years. But they both curtsy and bow, and as they do, their wounds on their body seal. And their bodies immediately emit to a flame that thins out as they disappear into a cinder that licks the stone. And it will take a few moments for the blood to burn off in the basin before it comes to a trickle and then to a halt. There's no longer a trail of blood bleeding into the river. But before I tell you any more about the sword, we end tonight's session here.
Oh, that sword is cursed. That's a cursed sword.
We end tonight's session right here. Oh me, oh my.
It's okay, Sarah.
I think her internet broke.
I
It's-
think it did.
I mean,
her
it's on
internet
the
broke.
perfect,
She-
the perfect
Hey, dude,
facial expression.
At least it,
Yeah.
at least it made it to this point.
Okay.
Also, just that's
Because
literally
Tracy was
what
like,
happening.
"Is anyone else having internet problems?" I was like, "No."
That looks like a lot of self-doubt right there in that picture.
Oh, she's back.
Your freeze frame, Tracy,
so
was like
perfect.
an emotion.
I hope somebody took a screenshot because I want to see.
Oh, it's forever captured. It's too hot for one person's internet. Yeah, that's right.
Literally, the last thing I heard was, "Before I tell you anything more about the sword," and then it froze, and I was like, "What?"
Your connection with your god cut off, and
no.
That's it.
That's the end of the episode.
That was the
Oh,
end.
I think it's
okay,
a
that
cursed
was the
sword.
end.
That's
That
the
was
end.
I think that sword
Oh, that
is
sword's
mega
cursed as fuck,
yeah.
dude. But it's okay. We're all criminals here. Figure it out.
Oh, it's too good.
No!
Okay,
It's
okay.
true, we are.
This is probably the first time that I have, with the aid of chat, have designed an encounter and it has gone exactly as intended.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I mean,
I tend to do that. I'm a pretty like, I'm like, oh, I see something. Like, if you dangle a little carrot in front of Tracy, she will go right for it. Like, without.
I mean, it's
Kane
It's
was
the
about to make
perfect
the decision
character
for
moment.
you, but they were like, "No, this is her choice."
No, I just wanted knowledge. I was like, hey, you got some knowledge? I mean,
Honestly,
Dragon
Scout
Shard
was down
over
with some
here.
knowledge.
the character development of not doing it for Hal. And you know, you were rock bottom. Like,
It's
But
true.
what-
Like at the end of the day, this may be bad for Sera, but she still has that intention of like, I'm
just
trying
saying.
to help people.
Might be a pretty
So-
cool fucking
They're
subclass or something on
owlbears.
your way, you know? Maybe do some
They're not
Get
even
some-
people.
mechanical
Owlbears are
changes.
cute.
Look, the intentions are still there. So that's where I feel like she's not totally lost.
No, not at all. I don't think that's the case. But
Yeah.
thank you guys for giving this tonight. I have lots of plans for each of your characters. I've been stewing over this for a while. It's a very, very strong, very fun game for the record. It's quite rewarding. So thank you guys for that much.
It's a blast.
Yeah, I'm inclined
That was
to agree.
spicy. I was wondering what was happening in the cave with when you divine intervention.
Yeah, huge.
It's like,
So
oh shit.
let's give each other our outs here. So I'm going to start with Mr. Ivan Freely. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, sir?
Twitch.tv/FrostPrime. I'm on my sponsor week this week, so I got hella sponsors. Tomorrow, though, I'll be playing a card game on my ass.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Balatro. Yeah, Balatro on his booty.
Are you doing the green screen booty?
Yeah. I
That's
also
the
gonna
new
green
meta,
screen it
right?
onto I'm gonna green screen it onto my dog too. So
It's the new
Sick.
meta.
I'm so here for it. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll be there tomorrow for sure. Cain, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, sir?
Hey, I'm CobaltStreak. I stream a lot. I'm playing Isaac and Fallout New Vegas because the new show's coming out, and I felt inspired after all the Magic cards as well. So just I haven't really ever finished it, so doing that. Oh yeah, we got D&D on Thursdays as well, where last episode Bubs killed 2 of our people and popped their ages. Well, I should say Bubs. It was Wild Magic, but it's easier to blame the DM. But my mom got lit up in a firewall with one of my friend's girlfriends, and so so that's a good time. Come join us then Thursdays.
It's a lot of fun. Sera, when you're not making pacts with devils, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I am Tracy, aka Miss Magitech, aka MagiRPG, aka Sera. And I do tabletop stuff in the evenings, many nights a week. So if you are into all sorts of tabletop role-playing games, you can also find me at twitch.tv/MagiRPG. That's who I am in chat. If you see me chatting, it's not Miss Magitech, it's MagiRPG. That's what I do most of the time. So if you want to check me out there, feel free to. That is me.
Perfect. Scout.
Hey,
to us.
I'm MargaretKrohn. You can find me at MargaretKrohn in all of the places. Tomorrow, I will be doing a charity stream on Tabletop Titties around 7 p.m. Pacific, and that is with double D's. It's going to be fun, so come check that out. You can donate and affect the game, which is really fun. And then on Saturday, I'll actually be playing with Tracy and Bub over on Pod by Night, and we're going to be actually playing Fallout. So it's a Fallout tabletop RPG that Dot actually got to help write the campaign for, so I'm excited to play through that.
Not this Saturday. That's the 6th.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, next
this coming
Saturday.
Saturday, we're doing VTM still.
Okay, vampire stuff this
Yeah,
Saturday. Still, there's stuff for you to see.
Lots.
I make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all the places. We have a development update on Friday if you want to check out our fighter archetype. It's the first time we're going to be previewing that.
Sick. That's going to be awesome. Anju,
Yeah.
you're up next, sir. Tell us about you.
Hi, I'm BenBriggs. I am a musician by trade, and I am a streamer now. And you can find me at benbriggslive, pretty much anywhere. If you just search BenBriggs on your favorite platforms, I'll be there either as benbriggslive or benbriggs music, or both. And I primarily play Link to the Past Randomizer, but that's going to expand. I try to stream 4 days a week, and I am currently live at this second. So if you want to come on over and have some fun, we keep it 100, we keep it chill. So
Sick.
ask me anything, etc.
You're going to continue streaming? I'm going to pass out.
That's impressive.
I'm on full demon time since PAX. I woke up at like 6 p.m. today.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah,
more
so-
sense.
Making it work.
That leaves me. I'm Bub. I mean, you're here. You already know what I do. And the kind of shenanigans I pull, I'm going to do a lot more of that. Maggie's not wrong. Starting the 6th, we'll be doing a 2-shot Fallout experience where I play Mr. Handybot. His name's Mason. He's a barber. It should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for it. But if you like vampires and stuff and games, I've got a bunch of games lined up: Cyberpunk, Pacific Drive, Yakuza, and now Elden Ring. I'll be playing that for the first time, so that should be a lot of fun. Come through. Yeah. This is all on YouTube as well. If you want to be caught up, the episodes come out like 4 or 5 days after, and it's all there. Thanks, guys, for everything.
It's a banger series, man. You're a really good GM, and the pacing is always really great. I literally have so much fun every single time. There's no filler. It is all killer, my dude.
My only concern is that I'm just not providing you guys the entertainment that you deserve as creators. So thank you for that.
We
I'm
are
rock hard,
very
dude.
entertained.
Thank
Sub
you.
to Bub.
Guys, we're going to raid
bricked
over
up.
to BenBriggs Live. The raid's going to go out
Thanks.
now. Go over there and show them some love. Just be kind. Hit him with a follow and all that jazz. And we'll see you guys over there. If not, take care of yourselves. Do what you do. Stay safe, stay nerdy, and we'll catch you tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.